Hello and welcome back to day 4 of the Gauntlet. And there has been a lot of misery happening while we're gone. A lot of good things too, but we do have quite a lot of rip clips. Hope you're all having a great day.
Yeah, we have production on the side as always, giving us a bunch of content. Not just rip clips either. I'm seeing that some big gear upgrades as well from Ben. Curious when he'll be actually attempting some bosses. I do know he wants to go for Eternal Damnation, but there was an item that might cause him to pivot, potentially.
He did just get a Defiance of Destiny, which is basically as close to immortality for mapping as you're going to get this early in the Gauntlet. It basically will heal you whenever you take damage. So if something doesn't one-shot you, you are very unlikely to die.
Yep, and I'm also seeing that we are breaking the fourth wall. I'll get that fixed in a minute as we just jump into the leaderboards here. Maybe my co-host can take over and I'll fix that.
Yeah, so currently we do have, for rank 1 of the witches, Nick is dead and Darky has not overtaken him on points yet. If you're wondering what he needs to do that, even just killing something like Edziri would put him at rank 1. And then we have Mr. Jezzy, a young Rogaine at rank 1 of the Shadow with a 1 point lead, and number 2 is dead. We have a down Langel is now rank 1 Pathfinder or rank 1 Ranger. Karatha is rank 2, so not far behind. Now do remember you do get points for levels up to level 95. After that you will have to do bosses. So even if you have a level 100 character, you do not get any additional points for that. So levels are not the goal of the Gauntlet. They're not very important. But yeah, Garatha is number 2 Ranger there. For duelists, Karn Darak is number 1, and he is number 1 overall. So he has that 95 plus the 1 point lead for killing and submitting an Edziri. Next up, we have Havoc as the rank 1 Juggernaut, and we see that Say Bye Bye has said bye bye. So he is gone, dead at level 95. We don't really know what happened there because he was not streaming. NN still dead at rank 1, and that means that Playlife, or Mishkov, is the rank 1 alive Templar. And if you're not familiar with Playlife, he is the designer of the replica Dragonfine Flight and the winner of the Ruthless Race. So very cool. Next up, we have for the Scion, Skydeep, still holding that rank 1, and Worm is number 2, but we do see a very familiar racer, Fightcar, who I used to race against a lot on Duelist, being the rank 3 Scion, so very known racer and probably will go quite hard.
Yep, now just as a reminder for how the points will work during the Gauntlet, you'll see, especially as the Gauntlet progresses, that eventually people will hit 95 point threshold. All that is that there is a cap on point levels. Everything after that is from bosses. So you'll see most people stop at 95 until they do start bossing, which is why we are seeing Khan taking that rank 1 position from yesterday's Flash Bounties.
And here you can see the different things you can get points from. So you can see that the Ubers do give the majority of the points, but this could be one of those races where we see nobody actually kill Ubers, and it is just about who gets the most points. You do not need to kill any Ubers to win. So we will definitely see things like Shaper and Elder done. A lot of the time, people do just wait until they can kill Ubers, but this is going to be very different, where we are expecting a lot of the players will be going for the normal bosses first, just to secure points.
Yep. Now, we can jump into some clips here. We'll start off with a positive clip here. We do have...
I'd say there are a lot of positive clips.
Yeah. Just whip out... just trying to think how's the best way to do this. Because if I do it like this, Mr. Zizaran, that doesn't really... there we go. Alright. So this is not a rip clip, this is from Ben, and you can see he's doing that magic find. He did go to yellow maps and he got rewarded for doing so.
He almost left it.
I know, he jumps right back, links it in the guild chat there. That's the Defiance of Destiny amulet. For those of you who do not know, it is the best mapping amulet in the game. You'll see a lot of Magic Find characters running this because it allows you to essentially become immortal to hits below a certain threshold of your life. So when you get multi-hit, especially in this gauntlet with the multiple projectiles, this amulet can protect you in those scenarios.
It's very strong for the Abyss Magic Find farming that he wants to do. This makes that he will be very safe in 73 to 75, and he is in a 76 map here MFing. So these can drop Mage Blood, Headhunter, etc. And I think we're going to see quite a lot of MFing from Ben now. And especially if he does get things like Eternal Damnation and a Mage Blood, it is actually quite likely that we will see at least a few Ubers. But that depends with the question, are things like Cyrus even possible? Something that is new this Gauntlet is that Edziri is possessing the Ubers, and it is a 70 or 80,000 Flame Blast coming out. If that happens while you're in a meteor, you will either have to log out or die, and you do only have 3 portals.
Yeah. Now, this amulet does not protect against a one-shot, but he actually, I can tell you, I was watching Ben before the cast started, he actually is done magic finding, as Shit's pointed out, because he went back into those low-tier maps, he did get his Saffles, which was one of those, I guess he has a checklist, kind of like a to-do list of items he needs, and he did manage to get the Saffles frame, so he's moved on from Magic Find. He's doing final preparations now to actually start bossing. I do assume he's going to go for Eternal Damnation, though, so it might still be some time before we see him actually enter bosses.
But remember, there is Pen there as well, Sai, for the, it is not just 3.5k damage. Unless you're shifting at all.
Alright, now switching into some rip clips here. We have rip clip from Belterash.
We'll hit for a bit over 9. I think we've seen a few people die to this boss. Oh, no,
I'm pretty sure that's the same one.
We have seen that.
Yeah.
We've seen that.
But yeah, obviously that boss is a real doozy, shock and horror. Yeah, now this is going to be a boss, yeah. So,
and after.
Yeah, so obviously those balls will detonate. So if you're anywhere in the vicinity, same thing with Shavron in Act 9. We're seeing a lot of people not respecting the fact that those will actually detonate. So you can't be anywhere near them when they're going to detonate. You actually have to respect that. It's not just, you're not just avoiding the initial hit. I think that's what a lot of people are doing. They're avoiding the initial hit, and then they don't realize they're going to pop and AoE detonate. If I go back here, you'll actually see the overlap. Yeah.
It's quite large.
Yeah. So
large.
They detonate. You can't be near them when they're popping. So yeah, unfortunate. Same as Shavron, of course. We have one from DG here.
This is in Chamber of Innocence. Does not have a large amount of life.
Yeah, this is probably the lowest life we've seen at this point. Yeah, normally we've seen people go for 2k life by this point.
Yeah, as a quick reference, my character I did play off stream, or didn't play off stream, played after the cast last night. I do have 700 or 800 life in Act 2, I believe, something like that. So this guy only has twice my life in Act 5. Hopefully at that point I'll have like 2k. So do want a lot of life at this point.
Now, I'm not actually sure what this boss would do to kill him. Wouldn't be DD, would it?
It probably... Oh.
Wow, that's actually bullshit.
Bears?
No. So the Skelly mages fired projectiles at him, most likely, and he moved off screen while the projectiles were mid-screen.
Right.
Lingering invisible AoE project. I believe that was the Skelly mages that killed him.
Yeah.
But you can see...
So there are a few things that can go invisible. So
well, no, everything goes invisible,
yeah.
Right? It's like a full time stop. Normally you don't have a situation like this. This is a unique situation where the boss has a teleport similar to like Laboratory.
Yeah.
Laboratory, where it'll actually teleport you back. And obviously you can see he would have just shield charged away. The projectiles would have paused mid-air. And unfortunately the timing just works out. He moves, breaks grace, and just instantly falls over. You can see it's the Skelly mages too.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actual bullshit though. Fix your game, GG.
Yeah. Actually, that
is this in
the worst
PvP?
thing. I don't know. I didn't think to ask about it.
Because the
It
thing
was
is,
one of my questions, but I had too many questions.
Because this is not a bug. This is just how the game's. It's just how the game works. Like GGG can't be like, oh, that's unintended. Well, it is unintended, but it's more like a consequence of just how the game works.
If Madiki or Ultimate remembers and can link me this clip, I'll ask them in a DM if this is fixed for PoE 2.
That sucks though. Rip. We have a clip here from Rax. Unfortunately, ending his first hardcore character.
Yeah, so I did see him talk about this a little bit, and I believe he had accidentally turned off his logout macro. So he was trying to hit it, and he did see that he was dying, but he did not have the logout macro turned on, which is a pretty easy way to die.
Yeah.
A quick tip that I do that a lot of people see and ask about a lot is I keep hitting remaining, because I have that as F4 on my macro, and it just keeps showing me how many monsters are left in the zone. Whereas and people are asking, why are you checking so often how many monsters are remaining? And I'm checking constantly that my logout macro hasn't randomly decided to shut down.
Yeah, you can see here he's like trying to press that button. He's trying to press that button. Nothing's happening, and then he dies. So yeah, inadvertently, I suppose, chat or we got him killed, telling him to get a logout macro because he was relying on it there. Yeah, unfortunate.
He did do extremely well. This is his first death in the Gauntlet, and he got all the way to Act 7.
Yeah, he did decide to go again though, so maybe he can make it through.
Yeah, he did do a little fake out where he said, guys, I don't know if I can go again. Of course I can!
Right. We have a rip clip here from Spicy Sushi. You'll know him from the Settlers shop. He's a Giga SC Blaster. He is in maps here. Wonder what's going to take him out.
Ooh.
Took so much damage there from the multi-prod. You can see he just gets chain fucked.
And this is actually quite a bit of a surprising rip, I would say, too. You can see that there are damage mods on the map, which is very brave, especially if he is fairly new to like getting into maps. We did see like Exile and Ben and a lot of other racers.
That's 2 damage mods too, right?
It's
Wow.
2 damage mods. It is 3 actually. Frenzy, Fizz's extra fire, and increased monster damage. And we have seen most racers roll over any damage mod just doing blue maps with no damage mods at all. So doing 3 on the Gauntlet is a little insane.
Yep. Rip Sushi. We have Good Boy TV here. So he's playing Bone Zone. This is one of the more popular builds in the Gauntlet, assuming he's a jug.
Oh, and we've seen quite a lot of flower deaths. That is a very dangerous move. And
Looks pretty though.
It does look pretty.
Yeah,
Pretty awful.
Yeah, you can see with the AoE and the projectiles and everything, it's just covering the entire screen there. Yeah, probably not kept Chaos Res.
Yeah.
So, a bit of a harsh requirement, but GGG have been increasingly making that more and more important, getting that Chaos Res up, and then you're slapping on Fizz's Extra Chaos. It's obviously not present in white maps, but Fizz's Extra Chaos is in red maps and the campaign. And we do see Pillar Brilla.
I would say something about that move is that it at least looks very intimidating. It does look like something you don't want to get hit by. Something Path of Exile's had a bit of an issue with is sometimes there will be small moves like the Pocket Sand from the Legion, and some of the small crystals in Delve will do incredible damage while looking like weak moves.
Yeah. So we do see Pillar here dying. He did do really, really well up until this point, and he has re-rolled. He is going again. Obviously, it will suck to die here at level 90, but that does get him into the raffle at least, the second highest bracket, I think.
Yeah. Is it red map? Ooh.
Wow, that's a God touch, right?
Yeah.
Katava touched.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, that is so bad timing. He literally blinks right into it. Oh my god, literally as it detonates.
Damn.
It could not, like, if he was slightly slower and didn't blink into it, probably would have lived. And there are 3 sigils there on the ground, all exploding. So it could not be better timed, but not in his favor.
I think I can hear him. I can read him saying, "What?"
No, he probably says 9.
Yeah.
Oh, you were right.
What? Rip.
That's probably a 15-15-15 helmet for real.
Yeah, we are seeing another Chevron rip here. She might be one of our most deadly bosses.
I feel like it is the most. I think it's also
wow. Usually they die to the balls detonating. He actually died to the hit damage there.
Yeah, so I think it's particularly because Chevron is normally not a dangerous boss, and even in previous gauntlets, we've been seeing physical things like mudflats, etc., have been the most dangerous things. This is very different in this gauntlet where Pen is present, basically making that you're doing the campaign with 60 max res, and yeah, incredibly dangerous, and as we're seeing, does just get bursted down here very quickly.
No time to react at all. It's brutal, mate. Brutal. Invas with a rip clip here. Hey, look, he's playing your build. The build. We can pretend this is Zizaran.
No, I don't like that. He's dying.
Think he's gonna die to goats? Yeah.
At least it's not reflect.
On EA?
He'll find a way.
Just wanna watch it again. I just wanna savor it. EA bed.
Yeah, I guess the molten shell finishes him off.
Rip. Cryolis. This is not a rip clip. This is a close call in Cruel Lab here. Which is was it Sword and Shield? The golems are buffing Azara though.
I think he'll die to the burst, like the goddess.
No, it's actually just a close call here, so you can see how low he gets.
And it was the goddess though.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that multi-approach makes that move incredibly dangerous. You see, just get bursted down all the way to 195 life. 198.
Rip. Well, not rip, but very, very, very close. Very, very close.
Definitely gets the heart going.
Real Snow Kitty. This was a rip clip. Never mind. The clip ripped. Classic.
Even the
NCC.
videos die in the gauntlet. Oh, I think this is the first time we've seen a death to this. Don't know if it'll be the lightning or the earthquake.
Probably a combination. Maybe some shock as well, potentially.
Oh, he's just standing there.
Yeah, you can see he gets a 50% shock there.
Oh. Huh.
Ooh. I think he was greeting that a little bit because the boss was so low. We have seen a few clips where the boss is dying or dies in the clip. So maybe a little bit of greed just to try to finish off the boss there, and he gets punished severely for that.
Yeah, and so much of your character's defenses, especially early on, are in your flasks, and he is all out.
Yeah. Worth pointing out, we did see Ben in Exile running Tempest Shield quite early. Being shock immune is really big in a gauntlet like this because of the pen during the campaign, creating those really large shocks. But as we've seen throughout multiple rip clips, people will die while shocked. I think we saw this in the Death and Taxes rip the other day. We saw this with Val Oversoul with the lightning. Seeing it here.
I feel like a large portion of this have been lightning damage that we've seen people dying to.
Yeah, there's a Chevron. I mean, wouldn't surprise me a lot of those Chevron rips. The burst damage is so high because of shock. So getting that ailment immunity really important. And another, is this another one? Yeah, another one. Wow.
Another Chevron.
Yeah, so many.
Oh. This was actually the lightning pillars there doing a lot of the damage. Being finished off by the balls.
3k life. I wonder if he gets shocked though. Doesn't look like he gets shocked. No, just this ton of damage, honestly.
Damn.
Red.
That's brutal.
Now.
Wow.
This is a clip from Ben, and as you can see, he has been doing that magic find, and apparently he got 66 gilded scarabs. I don't think he was doing enough rarity, unfortunately, to get winged, but he did get a bunch of gilded, and luckily you only technically need gilded abyss for the strategy to work, so these will come in handy if he does decide to go back to magic find.
Very nice.
Yeah, you'll see.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if he will decide to go back to Magic Find and try to get something in Mage Blood, or if he will just do without it.
Yeah, I think he's the only person I've seen doing this in yellow maps. We see most of the contestants playing in white maps. And he did go back and do white maps to be clear for his Saffles, but he did go up to tier 8s here.
I'm surprised he didn't continue doing it once he had the
Well, it's just so dangerous. It's 60% haste. It's just stupidly dangerous. I think he just had to do it. I don't think I'm not 100% sure why he was in higher tiers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just so dangerous.
My fiance asked me why I play sometimes 3 days for things that is going to the void and going to be lost. How do I explain this to her? Well, you could tell her that things that are temporary have more value than things that are infinite.
The journey, not the destination.
Yeah. That's why you buy real flowers for somebody that you care about and not fake flowers.
We have a clip here from Clicker using that console UI. So this is not, the Gauntlet is not on the console, to be clear, but you can still whip out your controller if that's how you prefer.
That's crazy to me. I hate controllers.
I mean, controllers are a lot more ergonomic than keyboard and mouse, so it doesn't surprise me that you're going to see the occasional player preferring to play with console and mouse.
I hate seeing these deaths. So this is a death controller. To the 6-second logout timer. Very often, if you disconnect and have any type of packet loss or anything like that, the game client will keep you in for 6 seconds.
Yeah, we are seeing as well why Scion sucks. Yep.
It's because it stays inside when you log out.
And we do have the bounty that you made, the suppression null bounty being claimed by Garatha here.
Oh, very cool.
Choosing to exalt and annul just like you wanted. He's actually exalt annulling until he gets it. So this is brute forcing. So normally that's a bad outcome, but he is fishing for a bounty made by Zizaran here. So yeah, that's the tech. All right.
If it weren't for flasks, P would be better on controller. Classic bad scry take.
Yeah. Now we do have some live streams here. Ben Ventura, Al Kaiser. We do see Al Kaiser level 90 plus now. He's overtaken his dead character, so he's back at it. Hopefully this character goes all the way, at least until that base content. Obviously, I'm expecting people to definitely do pre-Ubers. So hopefully we get to see that content from Al Kaiser. Hopefully he doesn't die doing those red maps. They are super dangerous though.
Do you think anyone is going to be going for melding?
I doubt it. It's just so hard to pull off these days because of that -4 penalty. So melding is an item that allows your singular maximum res. Let's say you've got 90 fire res. That will then give you 90 max cold and lightning. However, a while back it was changed to also have a downside of -4 max res. This essentially means you would go from 90 max res down to 86. You can overcompensate for this, but it's very, 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 very difficult. So I think it's a bit too hard without a mage blood.
It is a bit rough. Another thing that's very strong about melding is that if something lowers your maximum fire resist, but you are using your maximum cold to get 90 equalized res, you will actually not get affected by it. So this is something I've done on, for example, Angsark, that does have, I believe it's -5 max fire res or something from the sigils on the ground. So if you're using melding with max cold or max lightning, you will literally not take a penalty.
Yeah, very good tech for some of those bosses with those minus max res mechanics.
We are seeing Ben is in red maps right now, but he is not in tier 14s. He's in a tier 13. Tier 13s cannot drop like the boss maps. So maybe something we'll see today is him doing... Wouldn't be surprised to see some boss rushing from Ben with making a Wandering Path Atlas and just getting a lot of like Elder Guardians, Shaper Guardians, etc. Because you are going to need quite a lot. And you do want to pick up things like a Cortex. So... also just nice to get infinite maps, basically.
Yeah, I'm curious what Ben's strategy is for completing the Gauntlet this time in terms of when he's going to boss, because normally I believe the last Gauntlet was already cleared by now. So this time around, he's farming. He's 97.5. he would be bossing normally. So
you know, we could ask if he has time for a quick 5-minute chatter to tell us what his next steps are.
yeah, if production wants to shoot him a message.
Yeah. You can tell him that if he has time for a 5-10 minute call to talk about his next steps, then you can send Steelmage a message on Discord. Thanks, Ultima.
He needs Eternal Damnation to boss. Yeah, so assuming he needs Eternal Damnation, there's actually a non-zero chance he has to go in without it because it is kind of hard to get. I believe it's a 5% chance, and obviously that could swing in the bad way, which means he probably just won't get it if that happens.
Yeah.
So he'll just be fishing for Forbidden Sanctums. Then he'll have to run those, which take a lot of time. And because he has to do such high-level Sanctums, there's a good chance he fails a fair few of them. And then even if he does get the Eternal Damnation Relic, he also has to not fail that. I know Exile was a bit worried about actually getting the Relic, but then failing it. So, yeah, it's you know, it's a pretty brutal gauntlet. Yeah, I mean, I wish him the best of luck.
Gauntlet.
I wish him the best of luck.
It's going to be very interesting to see what he's going to do next. And, it will, yeah, I mean, if he really wants the Eternal Damnation, it might actually take a while to get it. And Lycia is absolutely no joke. Very dangerous. I wonder if you do it 83 Sanctum, what level is the last zone?
83. It just stays 83.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
And we did see, I don't know if Alkaiser opened it, but I did think he'd get another Voidborn. I wonder if anyone's had a Valdos puzzle box yet.
That's a tough one. Because it has to drop from red maps, and very, very, very few people are actually trying red maps beyond just beyond Atlas completion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I am seeing a lot of the participants getting to like even mid-90s in white maps.
Yeah.
So they are kind of the Oasis has become more of a jail cell at this point. Understandable though, it is so hard to go into those yellow and red maps.
Let's see, what area level is on Alkaiser, and is he in white maps right now?
Yeah, he's in white maps. He's just doing that low level magic finding.
Yeah.
Well, whatever you want to call it, lead mechanic farming.
Lead mechanic farming, yeah. Ventura is in the campaign at the moment on a Toxic Rain, I'm assuming Pathfinder. Yep. Does have 3.1k in a level 48 zone.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ventura started a bit late, I was seeing. But he knows what he's doing. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Very tanky. I'm going to be doing the same approach. We'll be playing a few hours per day after the cast. Because I just want to get to 95, do a few bosses down. And that'll be good encouragement for a lot of the racers not to give up. Because I don't think a lot of them would live down if one of the casters went higher on the ladder than them.
I think he's making a joke at me, is he? Good one.
Actually, it was aimed at other people because you're also casting, but... Hi guys, this is a speed run. So this is an event called the Gauntlet, organized by me and Viro, and then we have a lot of production with wonderful people like Steelmate helping and casting, and there is a big prize pool. So it is more of a marathon than it is a speed run. I think it's over $30,000 total in the prize pool, and it's the hardest version possible of Path of Exile, where you have crazy damage mods on top of the normal game in Soul Self and Hardcore, and the goal is to get more points than other players, which you get from doing bosses.
Yeah. Worth pointing out, the Gauntlet is a bit unfair as well. It is super, super difficult. You know, it's called the Gauntlet for a reason. You know, not everybody makes it through. It's incredibly challenging.
It is incredibly challenging, and there has been times where the Gauntlet has not even been full cleared. So it will be interesting to see. This one is particularly dangerous, and we do have Ziri as an apparition in every single Uber, and you only have 3 portals. So difficult, the top 2 players moved to casting. Yeah, we were like, we're sitting this one out. We did well in the past. That's fine.
Yeah, if I was ever going to cast the Gauntlet, this would be a good one to sit out, I think. It's called the Misery Gauntlet for a reason. So, we can take a look at some other contestants here. I wonder if SBB I'll just take a quick spy here.
Oh, he is streaming.
Yeah, we are seeing SBB has re-rolled. Like I said, he did die. Not sure if we have a clip or not, but he is going again.
That's awesome.
I guess, like we said, a lot of that progression has been done already for him. He already has his Atlas. Yeah. He has some basic currency. He has his lab trials, yada, yada, yada. So, luckily, it might seem a bit hard for him to reroll. This is day 4 now, but he has really only lost maybe 24, 30 hours probably, because he doesn't have to redo all that progression.
Maybe even less, to be honest. A lot of the progression is permanent, and especially if you have any spare items, any spare resources, it does depend a little bit on the timing when you die. Some of the worst things that could happen is dying right after crafting some big items and using a lot of resources, or before you're able to do any of that real progression. But so many of the things will help kickstart you. And if you have finished a large portion of your atlas and you're able to instantly start farming essences in white maps, you can basically skyrocket your progression very quickly, putting you at a pretty good pace to come back. So it will be interesting to see how it does. And he is going for a Marauder once again, and he did die as rank 2 Marauder.
Yeah, like we were saying, Juggernaut is the most popular ascendancy. It's not currently rank 1, but it is the most popular ascendancy by far. So very, very competitive there, very, very strong. I'm assuming most Juggernauts are just playing Bone Zone.
Yeah.
So they should probably nerf Bone Zone is what I'm seeing.
Maybe we should have banned it after all.
Do you imagine banning Bone Zone, dude? If he died, yeah, he did.
I do think... I think it would be actually a very bad thing to ban Bone Zone. We are seeing a lot of Juggernauts, but I do not think it is going to be rank 1 in the Gauntlet. And I think Marauder would be a bit of a struggle without it. We would see mostly Chieftains. And yeah, Darth Microtransaction did finish the campaign yesterday. I don't know if we have a reaction to that, but that would be very cool to see. And we do have Ben coming in here. Oh, sorry.
Silly Zizaran. So this is reminding me of my mom. When she would teach us how to drive, she never did this to me, but she did this to my sister. She would yank the wheel. So this is yanking the wheel.
Sorry, I was just throwing Ben in there because we're about to call him.
Alright, if I can call you whenever. Mr. God Gamer, sir. Quick 5-minute talk. Alrighty. I guess I'll set it up over here. We can just have Ben on the full screen maybe.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Rank 1 POV. Well, not actually rank 1, but kind of rank 1. So that's the thing. You kind of have to look at... oh, look, I can see him typing. He said, yep. Alright. Here we go. Bing, bing, bing. Hope they don't kill him or anything.
Imagine.
Hello.
Hi, Ben. Thanks so much for taking a little time out of your racing and joining us for a quick call. Congratulations on your Defiance of Destiny.
Thank you. I love the item. Very balanced.
Yeah, very balanced indeed. Yeah, we had a few questions about if you could walk us through what are the next steps you're thinking of taking and what does the future of your progression look like?
First step, I'm trying to finish the last item I'm making with essences, which is my gloves. So we gotta get a void stun from a scorn essence and a suppression. And then, just some veiled chaos for +2 AoE and stuff. And after that, we gotta farm 1 billion harvest juice for I forgot what. I think it's harvest jewels and I need sulfite as well, or azurite to buy resonators, pristine fossil, a life % belt. And then it's Sanctum Prison.
Oh, right, yeah. We're going to be there for quite a while trying to get Eternal Damnation. I did have a question. Since it is such a, there is 6 days remaining, did you consider farming a Mage Blood at all?
I thought about it. I think if Multiproj from Gauntlet worked on Abyss, I would have maybe considered it. without it working, I kind of just compared what would be available versus what I could do in Trade League and estimated the chance of success around like 5 to 10%. So I didn't want to try.
That's fair. And how much of a safety increase did you see while magic finding now? Is it still dangerous, or did the Defiance of Destiny make it completely safe?
I wouldn't say entirely safe. It kind of enabled me to do 2 prod Gilded Abyss yellow maps, which I really couldn't do without it. But like before I had that, I just took the 20 life on block mastery, and with block cap, that like pretty much meant you didn't take damage from Abyss in white maps. But I mean, Defiance is good. I'm done not defining though. I got Sapphiles, I'm free.
So, in previous gauntlets, we've seen people skipping the normal bosses and going straight for Ubers. Do you think that is something you are going to do in this gauntlet, or will you do the regular bosses first?
I think because I got Defiance, I'm going to do the invites before Ubers, but I'm still going to go straight to Ubers, most likely. I don't.
Wow.
I think the regular bosses aren't worth that many points, so it's still going to be a scenario where like whoever like were to pass me, if I were to kill like 4 Ubers and die, they'd still have to kill a lot of Ubers, maybe 3 plus all regular instead. And
Yeah.
the way I see this going is I expect 5 out of 7 classes to win without killing a single Uber. It's only going to be like probably Witch and like Ranger that kill an 8, so we'll see how it feels.
So, wow. Are there any Ubers you think will be particularly easy, and any you are worried about in particular?
I think it's impossible to say if I think they're going to be easy, just because Ziri is such a wild card.
Yeah.
It's like there's really no way to know. As for hard, for me, I mean, if I don't get Damnation, I think Shaper and Uber Elder are both kind of impossible because the boss one-shot me, and that's a problem.
Wow.
But
that is a problem.
If I do get it, I think Uber Elder is the only one that's like actually still insanely hard.
Yeah, I wonder. We don't actually know because we don't have a testing client, so we don't know if on Uber Elder if there will be 2 at Xeris, because there is 2 bosses there, so that'll be a bit of a wild card as well.
I'd be very surprised. The way it works in the VOD map is basically like if there's any like attackable entity like on your screen, then she'll be active and spawn in every now and then. But like if there's more than one, like it doesn't like scale. At least in VOD maps.
Yeah, hopefully it'll just be the one. And I wondered, how do you feel about the 3 portal requirement? Does that change your strategy at all for the Ubers?
It probably should, but I'm too arrogant, so I'm not going to change anything.
That's fair. Awesome. Steel, do you have any questions?
Are you really that confident that an Uber's gonna die that you're willing to risk it all by skipping the base content?
So like if I don't make a mistake, I'm gonna kill all the bosses. So like, just don't make a mistake and it'll be fine, right?
See, I would agree with you, except for that it's very wildcard. I think it's too hard to tell. Don't you think?
Absolutely. But on that note, I have 75 spell block, so dying to her would be like, back-to-back misplays, like 1 getting hit and then 2 not blocking it.
All right, there it is, just blocking.
So confident.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us for a quick call. We'll let you get back to racing. It would be terrible if you died while talking to us. Yeah. So good luck, and hope to see you fight some Uber soon.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye. Awesome. I like doing that. I like doing like a little interview while we're gaming. Yeah, I was not expecting that answer. I definitely, my approach would be to kill all the normal bosses first.
If he clears your gauntlet, I'm starting a religion.
I mean, I hope he does. I hope he does. But obviously, the intention here is that it's not clearable. Now, for future gauntlets, honestly, it would absolutely be doable to have harder bosses, particularly harder Ubers. So that's not a problem. And then we don't need to scale up maps, for example. So we can have easier mapping and harder bosses in future.
Like straight up, I would be insanely happy as a caster. I don't know about how you guys would feel, but I'd be happy to just see the base content cleared. To me, the base content would be very impressive.
Yeah, I'll be blown away by
those
your
invites as well.
Like
that's like the old school gauntlet, right? The idea of an Uber dying with how he overtuned he's made it. I can show you the mods again, just so you guys are aware. Because it's actually so crazy.
So this is designed with the intent that nobody should be able to clear this. So I did want it slightly harder. It was going to be a little bit harder. But we can look at them here. So you can see that Uber bosses have monsters take 40% less damage. This is multiplicative with their additional 70% already, so I believe it's 82% less damage total on the Ubers. Monsters deal 80% increased damage, 30% haste, 2 additional projectiles, and monsters have 30% AoE, and players are assaulted by a apparition of Aziri and consume an additional portal on entry. Now, the initial thing that me and Viro had set for Uber bosses was 100% increased damage and 70% AoE, and they did come back to us and say, so that's a little fucked, sis. The 70% AoE makes most of the AoE moves full screen, so you can't dodge any of the moves. You do have to log out from all of them, so you have to choose. You can't really do 70% AoE and consume an additional portal because everything has to be logged out. And I was like, lower the AoE a little then. And they did still say that they don't believe anyone can do this. They obviously do keep Ben in mind. And they've been pretty bang on so far with previous Gauntlet saying, we think someone can do it around day 4 or day 5. So they've been pretty bang on so far. Yeah, Cortex with 70% AoE would have been spicy.
Dude, I can just imagine having to log out of every mechanic. That's how I do the bosses.
It is a great move, especially if you do remember your grace period when coming back in. We do see people dying to activating a little bit too quickly while the previous move is still there but invisible. Let's check out some other contestants and see who else is online and grinding away as well.
Maybe Raz QT? Maybe? Possibly? We have a Raz QT. And
Let's check on others. Let's see. Rise is in red maps with his Bama. If you don't know what Bama stands for, it is a blink arrow, mirror arrow, is doing expedition. Now, we have seen some of the top racers die to expedition already, so you do need to be incredibly careful there. The number one mistake someone can do there would be to take the Fizz Overwhelm. They would pretty much instantaneously get shredded, but other things like pen and haste can be very dangerous there as well, and you will see on several screens people are farming expedition. And a big thing here is that expedition, even while you are in Y maps, as long as you're level 90 or above, it can give you item level 85 bases. It can give you really good things from tunes like item level 84 clusters, which could be absolutely game changing for some of the builds, especially summon raging spirits and summoner builds, but for other builds as well. And yeah, high bases, a lot of currency, and you do really get to pick your own difficulty there.
Yeah. Now, I think Garatha is still our rank 1 ranger. Does look like he's missing just a taste of hay. I don't know if he's actually serious about the mage blood text.
I don't believe he is.
What?
I don't believe he is the rank 1 ranger.
We can take a quick look at the ladder off screen here. Actually, I can do it this way. Hang on. Boop. No, you're right. He's been overtaken by no bugs here. One Langle.
Jownal Angel 69. And a lot of people are theorizing that this is Quinn 69 racing on his alt account.
Yeah, he's just got the stock standard TR set up.
Toxic Rain was something I believe both Ben and Excel were thinking about, and Excel did end up re-rolling on a Ranger, and I can't remember if Ben said why he didn't end up going that. But there were quite a lot of skills this time for a new consideration by a lot of the top racers of what to play, which honestly we don't normally see that in gauntlets. It is normally quite clear cut. In some gauntlets it has been Detonate Dead has been the rank 1 that a lot of the top racers were going for, and in other gauntlets it has been Seismic, and before that Slams. So it has not always been so like ambiguous what should be the best thing, but in this one we do see quite a lot of different choices.
Yeah, now, Garata probably still potentially could be rank 1 Ranger. He did do that at Zeri Kill. Yeah, so if the flash bounty he submits for the boss kill, he'll actually get that +1 point, same as Khan.
But didn't he use normal Toxic Ray?
Oh, I see. No wonder he didn't get points.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, I need a reminder, apparently. So, while you can claim a bounty with any skill that isn't banned, you can't claim a boss kill. The boss kills must be completed with a trans gem. So.
Yeah. So, if you're a regular player, you can even use banned skills. So, for me, I ideally do want to adhere to the points if I can, but if it gets too rough for me, I will just fall back on Penance Brand of Dissipation, and that is a good tip to a lot of people that just want a strong skill. Obviously, completely broken damage, that is why it is banned in the Gauntlet, but that is only banned from points. So if you're just playing for levels and raffle stuff and fun, then it is an excellent choice of a build. A quick example in my Bro SF character has close to 70 million damage with pretty budget gear, so it's kind of insane. Very good Sanctum character. It would be interesting to see if we will see somebody making specific Sanctum characters.
Yeah, well, because there is a lot less damage minus Lycia, maybe we'll just see people stockpile those tombs and then respec more damage. I think that's usually a good way to do it.
Yeah.
You can also fish for those. We can avoid adding extra damage on Lycia to make it a little more manageable.
Now, do you remember that if you run out of Resolve in Sanctum, that does not mean you die, but you are not safe in Sanctum. If a monster kills you and reduces your life to 0, you do still die. There are a lot of people that believe you cannot die in Sanctum, but that is in fact not true.
Yeah, this is found out the hard way.
Yeah, I got nerfed 2 hours after I died to it. Very sad.
Wait, did they nerf the DD?
Oh, that death. Now I've died twice in Sanctum. I've died once to DD, and there was one of the projectile monsters did insane shotgunning damage on day 2 or 3.
Right, I forgot you died twice.
The DD is still there.
Still said you can't die in Sanctum, so that's true. Most of the time, Sanctum does no damage. It's extremely safe. But where there's
Lycia.
a will, I should say where there's a Ziz, there's a way. So.
Except for Lycia.
Except for Lycia. Lycia is like a normal boss.
Yeah, very dangerous. And you don't lose Resolve. The only way you lose Resolve in the final Lycia fight is if you have the lose Resolve when you use a flask.
Yeah. So we can check on our totem friend here, Mr. Tanti. We can also check on Terrence and maybe Ovi.
So, we do have a good question in chat. If skills are only banned for bosses, why ban doesn't progress with DD, for example, and then respec for bosses? Because if you are a competitor and you do 1 points, you are permanently banned if you use a banned skill.
Yeah, you can't just farm until you do bosses on DD.
That is why we have a second requirement that anyone that is competing needs to have an open profile the entire time, and then we have automatic API trackers that just disqualifies anyone that does equip a banned skill for the duration of the gauntlet. Invisible door in the well side area? Yeah, that was not my favorite. That was not my favorite. Does that cover ults too? Yep. I believe. Cannot use banned skills if you are competing for points.
Yep, so we do have Tati. I don't think he's died. I think he's...
Didn't he die once?
No, I mean on like the last character. Like he hasn't died in a while.
Right.
Yeah. So he's 88 right now on the ball lightning
Still
static.
rocking that decoy totem.
Yeah. No, he's doing very, very well.
Wow. Very good damage.
Yeah. I will say, if we just take a look at the leaderboard again, real quick, there is a lot of people pretty high level in the Gauntlet. I'm pretty impressed. You can see, like, how many level 90s we got now? We have over 100 people at 90 plus.
Wow, that's very good. That's very high, and this is one of the hardest gauntlets ever. It's a higher number than ever, so we do have a large amount of players playing.
I think a lot of them will be using that Oasis.
We do have a question, but if Karatha just slots over to a transgem for bossing, he will still be able to compete since normal Toxic Rain isn't banned? Correct.
Yeah, it's a little bit confusing. It's all to do with the additional rule that you have to boss on a transgem. There's a little bit of confusion there. TLDR, it's the same as any other gauntlet, but then you have to switch to a transgem for bossing, just to spice things up.
Yeah.
In the spirit of the current league.
We can go to PoE Ninja as well, and we can see a class breakdown, and we do see that Juggernaut is by far the highest. So 12%
by
and
Chieftain.
7% Chieftain.
So 1 in 5 players in the gauntlet are a Marauder, apparently.
Yeah, and we do actually not see a lot of Chieftains at the top of the ladder. So this isn't something a lot of people are racing with, but this is something a lot of people are using just for safety.
Yeah, I think you might have made a build guide for this.
So we have a question in chat. Yeah, I did. So if I try to get some bounties using Penance Brand and I get lucky with some unique drop like Mage Blood and try the Uber bosses and manage to steep them, I get nothing. That is correct.
Why did you ban DD and not VD? Well,
So the reason for the bans is to make a more entertaining and a more even playing field for the Gauntlet. So right now you're seeing that while VD is not banned, there are basically only 2 players using it. So very few people are actually using it out of the racers, and not a lot of people at all. So currently the only things that are banned are all forms of Detonate Dead, and we have Penance Brand of Dissipation, and that's it, I believe. So it gives for a really even playing field, and well, actually there's only one person using Well Tell Dead now because Exile rerolled on Toxic Rain. Oh, and Arc of Surging, you're right. Is it normal Penance Brand allowed? Yeah, I believe you can use normal Penance Brand, but you can't boss on that anyway because it's not a transgem. What has Karn done for points to get rank 1? He has killed Aziri.
Yeah, now we are seeing that Toxic Rain is the more popular choice on the ranges over Caustic Arrow Poison. I think Toxic Rain is just a lot easier to pull off in terms of gear. It's not that Caustic Arrow is a bad build compared to Toxic Rain by any means. It is probably the better build,
yeah,
but it requires a lot more gear. So, because the gear for Toxic Rain, I can tell you from first hand, it's very deterministic. If you have like 10 Divines, you can make like very, very high-end gear.
And a follow up on a chat message, the specific reason why Penance Brand of Dissipation is banned to the guy who said no skills should be banned is that every single person in the Gauntlet would be playing Penance Brand of Dissipation, which would make for a not very entertaining Gauntlet. I don't need anything. Do you?
I don't need anything. It feels like everyone's playing the same thing.
That is a crazy statement. This is the most diversity we have ever had by far, where top 12 were 7 or 8 different skills.
Yeah.
That is an insane statement.
I will say, I think the only reason why it might look that way is probably because of Bone Zone, and I think that's just because the Jugs are surviving a bit better than the other builds. Because early on, around the level 70, 80 mark, that day 1, day 2, it was extremely diverse. It's still very diverse, but you are seeing like you are seeing a lot of the Jugs just surviving, and they're not falling off the ladder as easy as the other ascendancies.
Yeah,
which makes sense,
especially with people that aren't competing. Even though it is a class gauntlet, there's no reason to have diverse builds for people that are just trying to get level 95 to win the graphics card. Then we will see a lot of people falling towards whatever is the safest, and obviously Jug is a very tanky ascendancy. But if we do look at the top of rank 1, you can see that it is quite diverse with a lot of people. We have Slayer, Necro, Guardian, Jugs, and we do have all the classes within 2 levels of each other. Wonder what the lowest level is now that appears on the ladder. So the ladder does only show top 15,000.
There you go.
Wow, 27 already. So I'm very curious to see how many people will be playing the Gauntlet. We've had over 200,000 or 300,000 characters as the most ever created in a Gauntlet, and I believe 40 to 50,000 unique players have been the most that have participated so far. So it'll be interesting. I would love to see like a little call out from chat of what level you are in the Gauntlet right now if you are participating.
Yeah, interesting to know. I think you're not in the top 15,000.
Hmm?
What level are you?
I believe I'm level 22.
He's not even in the top 15,000.
So a strategy, yeah, 24. So a strategy I did yesterday, which might help people that are in the campaign right now. And if you have my profile, you can see that I actually spent an hour, maybe hour and a half, grinding out my. I'm not even normal ascended yet, but I have 2 ascendancies. So in Southern Forest, I grinded out so that I have both Bark Skin and Oath of the Magi, and that is going to give me a large amount of armor, large amount of evasion, and you can see that I have no gems there. Obviously res capping is so easy, so I will have gems in my helmet, but maybe in Act 5, if I'm finding it hard with gear, then I can switch out and maybe go a little bit slower. So yeah, very good. And on that note, Steel Mage, what level in the Gauntlet are you?
So if you try and fail, it's a lot worse than not trying at all.
No, it
So-
isn't. No, it isn't. That's definitely not true. It's always better.
point to-
Anyone that has gotten level 2 in the Gauntlet is a better player than you.
Nah, that's not how that works, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Absolutely.
No,
There's
no.
nothing worse you can do in life than not try.
No. Take my lead.
There's nothing worse in life you can do than not try.
No. See, trying
No,
and failing.
absolutely not.
Hear me out. Trying and failing feels bad, but if you don't try, you don't feel bad. Therefore, trying, you shouldn't try.
If you don't try, you're worthless. But it's okay. You still have another 6 days left.
One of them is married. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be. I love being like on my own. What do you mean? What do you mean? This is great, dude. What do you mean? I'm chilling, dude.
Styles represent.
I'm married to Twitch chat. It's fine. I'm saying he tried and failed.
Just saying he tried and failed. Wait, who tried? He hasn't tried yet. You should try though.
No, I think he's talking to you. But what does that
Well, I
mean?
haven't failed.
Mbu, explain. Explain.
He's my work wife.
I just made a character on the Gauntlet and hit level 2. Therefore, I'm better than Steel.
There it is. There it is. Honestly, I don't know. Have you been watching people and like thinking like this sounds fun to at least try to get through the campaign?
What was that?
Have you been like watching people and seeing like, wow, this looks really fun. I want to get through the campaign.
Yeah, so we did actually see DM. Maybe we can even pull up a VOD.
Yeah, I would
potentially.
love to see his reaction.
But he did manage to go through the entire campaign.
So this is motivational speech. Made me log in the Gauntlet.
I like my speech better.
Gotta remember, even if you're running a marathon slowly, you're lapping everybody that's on the couch. It's Merklab.
Yeah, we can watch a little bit of MacLab here. So this is from DM. He did manage to go all the way through the campaign.
The Gauntlet is made for Steel Mage. It's 3 days on Yellow Mouse.
DM's fight with Shav in Act 9. Actually, we can go back and watch that. That would be that's a good idea actually. I think it's like here-ish. Yeah, here we go. Look at that. I'm so good at VOD navigation.
That was really good.
I just was looking for balls in the VOD basically. Maybe I can unmute.
The focus. Gotta remember, he's extremely new to playing Path of Exile at all. I believe this is his second hardcore character ever. So he has played a little bit of hardcore before, very new to the game, This is his first league playing. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh my god. Very good dodging. Definitely realizing how powerful those balls are. 3.7k life, very respectable. Sadly, definitely not enough to tank them. And the Chevron, honestly, I would... Oh my... You see that?
I missed it.
I went down to like 30 life.
Anyway, we can find the exact number here. Maybe if I can... Yep. I do love whenever he has a close call, he goes back to town just to like calm himself down. Like he doesn't go and then go back in. He gives himself like a solid minute to just be like, what the fuck?
What the fuck just occurred? Yeah, so high damage is actually really good for Chevron. You do want to have a decent amount of life, but having high damage to just reduce the time spent in the fight. He has a one portal left. Whew. Oh my god.
Look, do you think he knows about the timing, or do you think he's just getting a little bit lucky there with dodging the balls? Because he is dodging at the right time, but it's close.
I mean, I feel like sometimes you do sort of quite early get like a feel for these things as a gamer. So it's a little hard to tell. I am surprised... I don't know what he's gonna do here. Is he just gonna go all the way back, go to town, and buy portals? Or...
He's just gonna go.
He's just going for it. Oh, he found a portal scroll.
Portal. All right, we can go skip a little bit ahead to the Carcass boss. That's also a pretty fun one to check out. Yeah. There we go. How do you raffle the 90 reward? Do I have to be there when you are live? No, the accounts are picked. You essentially, if you get past, so if you are detected as a level 90 in the Gauntlet, you will be in the raffle automatically. You don't have to be there to like receive a reward. You do have to reply to the messages. You explain that?
Yeah, so if you are a winner, we will DM you on the in-game Path of Exile messaging system, and you do have to reply so that we can get details off you and things like that. We actually just 2 days ago or 1 day ago had somebody reply they won a t-shirt raffle in one of the gauntlets a year and a half ago. So they got their t-shirt finally.
Yeah. Now, the character does not need to... No, not in-game. On the official Path of Exile website. I guess I can just show you real quick.
Yeah, we don't just send you a DM saying, hey, send me your address.
Yeah, so like you have to log into the official website and it'll be just here. Yeah, be very careful when you're like checking things like DMs and whispers and messages like that. Don't get your account phished. Be careful.
Yeah, don't get scammed.
And yeah, it doesn't matter if you die. Well, it's bad if you die, but you'll still be eligible. Just make sure you don't delete the character.
Is it just for physical prices? No, I mean anything will come there. Like empty. Well, actually, the MTXs will just be given straight to your account. Any cosmetic will just be given straight to your account. It's doing really well. Little bit of vendoring.
Hopefully he gets those portal scrolls this time. Yep. He's down to his last portal scroll though.
Surprised he has so little.
I'm not. Like he definitely likes to use those portal scrolls as a form of defense. Nothing wrong with that. But well, obviously we do know he made it through this successfully. Just a little spoiler. This is a VOD. This is not a live recording. So he obviously doesn't get punished for anything like that. But it is interesting how many he is spending. He's down to the wire there.
Yeah, I mean, I am in Act 2 and I'm 30. Portal Scrolls is a very different approach. No spoilers. Very cool. Well, we could move forward and see his Kitava reaction. Wonder what level he is. Oh wow, he farmed for a while then. We're fast at finding these.
Here we go.
Wonder how many portal scrolls he has now. Here we go.
Just saw Ben's here. I think he was on trade day 7.
It's got very good damage.
Yeah, no, Ben's gear is excellent. I think his chat he was telling us that he has most of his rare gear crafted, ready to go.
Oh, that was close. The thing that's very difficult when you're a newer player is that you don't know what to be afraid of, and you don't know what's going to one-shot you. And to be fair, I don't think Path of Exile does a particularly good job of making sure that it's easy to understand what is a dangerous move. We do have, I would say they're getting better at it, but we do have, especially historically, a lot of moves like Legion, and we have some Delve moves as well. There's this huge Plasma Ball in Delve. It moves very slowly. It looks like it's going to one-shot you. It does no damage. It hits like wet paper. And then you have other things in Delve that look like they should do no damage that literally one-shot you. They recently buffed it. Okay, that's good. But I mean, that move should be dangerous. I think it is very important, at least to me. I'm always expecting, like, you know, something like the Val Slam, you know, the slow wind up. I don't mind getting one shot to that. Like, you know, that should be dangerous. Whereas if a monster does this, I don't want to get one shot.
Yeah, I mean, Pee Wee's just a very big knowledge check. Definitely recommended to play softcore before you try a hardcore.
Unless you have a lot of time.
Nah, even then. I think you're one of the few people I know that played hardcore before softcore.
Did you play softcore before hardcore?
For a year and a half.
Oh.
I literally don't even know a single person, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know anybody.
It was really funny because I remember in 2018, I was doing, maybe it was 2019, I was doing a man versus stream, which I do on softcore, and I got the achievement for completing the campaign on softcore. And everyone was like, no shot. It was very funny. Yeah, Quinn played hardcore from the start.
Yeah, but he also went to do softcore.
Ah.
Like, it's not like he beat the game then went to softcore. He tried both.
Yeah, that's true. Why do you guys play hardcore? So, for me, it's that nice adrenaline you get. It's basically, I'm an adrenaline junkie. I actually started playing hardcore all the way back in Diablo 1, which didn't have hardcore. There is no official hardcore mode in Diablo 1, so you might be wondering, did I delete my character when I died? I did not. I had such a bad connection and such a bad PC, and when you played online on your own, the server would just instantly shut down when you disconnected. So if I died, and I would say I crashed 50 to 100 times per day during my game time, if I crashed after dying, all my gear was gone.
Yeah, I'm the complete opposite of Ziz. I'm not an adrenaline junkie at all. I don't play hardcore to die. See, I have a completely different mentality. This sounds a bit odd, but I play hardcore to not die. So I'm a bit different from the average hardcore player. Like, for a lot of people, they want to experience death, like, in a hardcore. That's kind of the point. The point is to die and lose your character. I literally, if I died all the time, I would stop playing hardcore straight up. I wouldn't be able to.
Oh, me too. Me too. But it's not about dying. It's about not dying. It's about that close call. I don't enjoy dying either.
No. It's about not dying. Full stop for me.
Yeah, but same.
Yeah, but without the dying part.
You don't even enjoy the close calls?
I don't enjoy dying, no.
Dude, I'm saying the close calls. I don't know if you're hearing the word. I don't know, maybe you're muted. But I'm saying do not enjoy the close calls. I'm not asking do you enjoy dying.
A calculated close call is fine. A close call that was unintentional and a mistake, I view as a bad thing.
Right.
Like, if you let's say you have one close call every hour, that's a bad thing.
Absolutely.
Like, that's like you're fucking up repeatedly and you're gonna die.
I agree with that. I just love that close call when you like almost died. A death edger.
See, when you got hit to that storm call and you were on like less than like 10
I love
life,
that.
That was a fuck up, and I don't like that.
I love that. That was
to me, that's
so
like,
fun.
I fucked up. What did I do wrong? How do I avoid doing that again? So we're completely different, I think.
But it's fun though.
The way we approach it is very different, I think. I think you have a more fun approach to hardcore. I have a very boring approach. I just don't want to die. It's very simple for me.
I mean, I think we both enjoy the game in our own way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you, and to quote Zizaran, this league, YOLO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. I do a lot of like fun things like that. It's very fun when it pays off. I remember I did Uber at Zeri this league very early, and Steel was like, he's gonna die. And I didn't.
Yeah, you just had to regular at Zeri in a side area instead. She got you eventually.
No, that is Uber at Zeri, isn't it?
Officially, no.
Wow.
Like, it's not Uber at Zeri, but it is pretty much Uber at Zeri. You know what I mean? It's Uber. It's like.
It's harder than Uber at Zeri.
It is harder, yeah.
Right.
It depends. Would you say a Voldo map is Uber at Zeri?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, then it is Uber at Zeri.
Right. There it is, the last hard
See, the thing
score
is,
now.
Uber at Zeri in a Voldo map doesn't have the damage mod. It's literally easier.
Steel is like the OSHA checklist before you go. Zizaran is the dice roller. Oh, absolutely. I am a lot more gambly than Steel. Even like we do play a D&D campaign off stream for a bit of fun, and Steelmage does take the when we level up, Steel does take the average health, and I do roll for mine. And having gotten shafted, I rolled a 1 and a 2 on my
You
life.
have less life than me now.
I have less life than a wizard. Does Uber Zeri have the 70% less damage taken mod?
No.
Yep.
What?
All Ubers do, doesn't it?
No?
Really?
No? What are you talking about?
Oh. Is that just the
That's just the 7.
eater and stuff? Oh. I didn't know that.
What are you even on about?
What are you even on about?
Yeah, Maven also only has 50, which is why I've always considered the Uber setting in PUB a little inaccurate.
Right.
But yeah, anyway, like I said, we see DM doing Kitava there, getting to maps. GG.
Hey, so Uber Zeri would be really interesting then. So she gets the full damage reduction because it is multiplicative with the actual one. So the other Ubers have 81 or 82. I'm pretty bad at math, but you will have the 40% multiplied by the 70% for the other Ubers. So Uber Zeri will sort of be relatively more tankier than normally.
Well, the damage mod stacks additively. So Uber at Zeri is... They should...
Pretty hard.
Should still be a lot easier than the other Ubers by a long shot, in my opinion.
It's also a very small arena. And there is an
Does it
AoE
have
boost.
Yeah, it's toxic, actually.
And I don't know if you only have 3 portals for Uber Zeri.
No, you wouldn't. That's because it's not an 85 zone either. You're more
Yeah.
likely to have 85 Voldo maps having that mod than...
It does have 4 additional projectiles. And
that's
Fist's
fine.
extra chaos.
That's
That'll
fine.
be interesting.
I don't think people are going to die to the spear. Not anymore. People have so much armor now. I don't think the spear's going to do anything, really.
Yeah. You should put their name on their streams.
The names are on the stream. You can actually see, if you look at the screen, you'll see they're all labeled. If you just like look at the if you just look at the screen, you see.
It's hard to see. I don't find it very hard to see. Average shutter. Ugh. I think it's a good size. Is that Tati's cat? It's very cute.
It's also very still. That's a live cam, by the way. It's just sitting there.
Very well trained cat. He is in yellow maps as well. Oh, he was showing us his cat. It said in chat, the main cast must see Tasha. So that is his cat.
Nice.
That was very cute.
Yeah, he's a massive cat person. Now,
I
by the
love
way.
cats. It's very interesting. I always thought pets were a waste of time. And now I have 2 cats and I love them. I was just like smushing Luna before going over to Steele's.
Yeah, I'm closer to Olds on this one. I don't think pets are a waste of time, but I don't like have a pet. I'm not quite.
He thought about it.
Yeah, I'm not a cat person. Like I'm not like a. I don't show people pictures of my pets all the time. So. What do you?
I can't have cats. I think my bird would terrorize them. I'll let Loki 1v1 your bird if you want.
Yeah, I think that would go the other way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Depends what kind of bird though.
I don't think it depends what kind of bird unless it's an eagle.
It's a vulture,
no, I'm
dude.
good. Okay.
It's a giant bald vulture.
If the bird's this big, then
It's bigger than you, the bird, dude. It's an emu. Don't underestimate emus.
Emus are scary, dude. They're in Australia, right?
No.
Oh yeah, they are. You guys lost a war to them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Emus are fucking wild. Golden eagle is sheep. Yeah, that's crazy. 2 wars? Oh my god.
Yeah, not gonna lie. Before the Gauntlet started, I was a little bit worried about how many people would actually be able to survive the mapping. But it's nice to see that so many people are actually doing fine.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked at how many people are getting to maps. I'm shocked at how many people are getting level 90 already. I do think the Oasis really helps. I'm very happy with that approach. I don't know what chat thinks, but very cool how that turned out, I think.
Yeah, we are seeing, as I mentioned earlier, we have over 100 people at level 90, and if we assume that level 70 is roughly when people are entering maps, we actually have over nearly 2,000 players.
That's crazy.
Nearly 2,000 players are roughly at maps. So
now, my dream for future gauntlets, if possible, would be that the campaign is maybe twice as hard as it is right now. So maybe add in something like 100 fizzes extra, but that each act you're able to conquer eradicates the mods for that act. So if you're Kill Merveil, Act 1 for all future characters has no mods, etc. And then you still have the same Oasis in white maps, and then it gets hard in yellow and reds. I think that'd be very cool. So you want Ben excellent card to map.
honestly, I think while this Gauntlet campaign was very, 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 very difficult.
So many ways.
I do think a lot of people decided maybe people got inspired by like Rax and Darth.
Yeah.
Didn't surprise me. Just to get through that campaign. Because clearly it's doable, right? I mean, they both managed to get pretty far. I think Rax got to Act 7, and DM managed to get through the campaign. So I think a lot of people got inspired.
And Rax is going in, and they have less than 200-300 hours.
Yeah. So they got inspired just to get through that campaign. They took it as a challenge, and they rose to the occasion.
Stop the madness steal. Only you can stop Zizaran.
I think this is as difficult as you reasonably should make it before people start unsubscribing and unfollowing Zizaran. So.
Even with the removal of mods after you finish it?
Yeah, I mean, Act 1 killed so many people. Like, do you remember the first 2 days of the Gauntlet? There was 10,000 dead level 4s.
I actually think...
literally 5-digit dead people.
I think this was the easiest Act 1 of any Gauntlet. By far.
Now, you had a really, really easy Gauntlet that one time.
Oh,
don't you remember?
I remember.
Then
okay.
that was much easier.
Okay, you're right. But normally, Mudflats is so insane with Fizz's Extra.
See, the only thing I'm going to disagree with you on is the fact that when you get capped res normally, the Gauntlet is safe-ish until you get to those multi-proj bosses.
That's true.
In this Gauntlet, the res doesn't really do anything. You still die, so you just can't get hit by elemental damage.
Yeah.
So things like you were seeing different things of Rippy this Gauntlet.
Chevron.
Yeah, because normally those bosses are Rippy, but the pen is just destroying people. So, you asked the players if they enjoyed this Gauntlet. So, I will say that a lot of the Gauntlet competitors have been sort of forced into that oasis because it is such a safe pocket to farm in. Which some races don't necessarily like as much as being able to run those red maps. They like being able to progress things like... so you obviously get bonus truce from things like Harvest and Expedition. You get access to those boss maps that you can farm, things like those tombs from Sanctum for Eternal Damnation, which they have been struggling to farm this Gauntlet because they're having to go back. We did see a few of the competitors like Exile greed red maps and get punished for that. So I know they were a little bit frustrated by that. But we did see Ben, he took it in stride, went back to those low level maps. And I think ultimately when he started Magic Finding, I think it picked up the enjoyment a little bit for him because, you do get those dopamine explosions and they are very impactful in the Gauntlet. Like getting a Defiance of Destiny and the Saffles and all that currency. I have to imagine that was very motivating. I think he's... Absolutely. I think he's feeling a lot better now.
I would assume so.
Yeah. So the mods on the Oasis, I'll pull them up in just a minute here. So there we go. So as you can see, you have this laundry list of mods here. Less damage, more speed, multi-proj, fizzes, extra penetration, and then they all get deleted and you only have the 3 mods, less damage, more damage, and multi-proj. So you can see the Oasis is... Honestly, if this multi-proj mod worked with Abyss, this would be so much fun. This would just be fun. It would hardly be a Gauntlet.
It would be casting.
Yeah, straight up. I would just be Magic Fighting. I'd be addicted. So yeah, as you can see, very manageable. Not too bad at all. And we're seeing a lot of players. I think a lot of those level 90s aren't even in red maps. I think they're actually just sitting on the Oasis, and I can't blame them. It's very manageable. Not to be underestimated, we have seen our Kaiser ripping at level 91 in those white maps. So you can still get really unlucky and have a God Touch combination with multi-proj or shotgun.
Yeah. There are a lot of monsters. Multi-proj is extremely scary for a lot of things. Basically being double damage or triple damage, whatever, for moves that are overlapping. So very scary mod. And then we have those yellow maps that are insanely dangerous. And a lot of people are saying red maps felt safer than yellow maps because
I'm pretty
of the 60%
sure.
haste.
I'm pretty sure that's a meme. I watched I watched Ben say "spread the word." I think that was a meme.
Oh.
Well, it's not a meme, but it kind of is a meme. Because the red maps have been killing a lot of people. Yeah. So it's not a meme, but it kind of is a meme.
The 60% is haste is very scary. Also, I'm gonna go get water.
Yeah, no worries.
And go to the bathroom. Do you want anything?
Yeah, I think the issue with the yellow maps is that 60% haste is just so severe, but you're just so much more likely to die instantly in those red maps because of all those damage mods. So yellow maps are scary to a point. I do think just the sheer amount of damage you have in red maps does make them a lot more dangerous. So, alright, my stream now. Hello, chat. Hello. My cast now. Why is Valenta so busted? Because she has a mechanic where I'm so tempted to draw paint. I just turn into a full stream mode, but basically the projectiles will converge on one point. So imagine 1,000 projectiles on one point. And you are standing on that one point, and what's going to happen is you're going to get hit 1,000 times, right? So if you literally just go like this, doop, then you're fine. The issue, of course, is if you don't know if you don't know what's about to happen, and you just tank it, which we've seen a lot of people do, you're going to get bonked by that convergence, right? Ark wasn't really unlucky though. Double juice, crit mob, bubble whale, Arcali. Well, he was unlucky, yeah. Unlucky to encounter a mob like that. Like to find a god touched overwhelm mob that crits on the multi-proj, like unlucky to encounter that mob in particular. Like an analyst desk admin in an esports broadcast. Oh shit. Is Uberlab safe today? Uberlab is never safe in the Gauntlet. The 60% haste makes it insane even on an easy day. So unfortunately, I wonder how viable it would be to fish for Dark Shrines. I'd have to look if Dark Shrines are before the first fight. Because if you could get like a massive shrine or an acceleration shrine, I imagine that would help a little bit. What about the stylus and touchscreens? Oh, that would be a really cool idea. What build would you go if you played and why? See, that's the thing. I don't know if you're adding Zizaran or if you're adding me. Because technically, we're live on my account. You? Yeah. Ziza's playing. Yeah, because see, I'm logged in on my account. See if I type cock. What would I play? Let's see. What would I play? See, originally I said I would play Trickster, Stormbrand, but apparently Stormbrand doesn't have any damage, and because Ziz slapped that double life mod, I'm so tempted to call out Ziz. Oh, do you think I should do it while he's not here? It'd be toxic. Okay, don't tell Ziz. But I told him that the red maps have double monster life, and he said no, they don't. They have 50% less damage taken. And I said, that's the same thing. And he's like, what do you mean? But yeah, because of the high damage requirement, I'm not sure if you can get away with playing Stormbrand, unfortunately. So, just in case, don't rat me out. Don't rat me out. It is so easy to forget though, because if you go from 50% less to 40% less, that's 20% difference in HP. It's quite substantial. So it's so easy to just, it's so easy. Up here beat Stormbrand and it was so little damage, yeah. Well, here's the thing. You only need 3 million to clear the Gauntlet. Do you think you could get 3 million, Zai, in a Gauntlet scenario while maintaining significant defense? I don't think you could get away with less than 3 mil for Ubers. But if you can get 3 mil, I think you'd be fine. 2 mil would be enough to clear base content. Like maybe even 1.5, 2 mil. Would you ever yonk Jung's build? Yeah, I would consider yonking Jung's build, but I'd have to pop it. I don't like the visual clarity on that build. It looks awful though. Like, bossing on that build's gonna be rough just visually. My 35 mil penance was 3 mil. Yeah, if you can get 3 mil Stormbrand of Indecision, then I would consider doing Ubers on Stormbrand. So, yeah, I mean, obviously I never intended to play the Gauntlet after the casting was announced. So I never strategized. But, if I could come up with a realistic build that had 3 mil, yeah, I would have looked into it. He's swapping to Poison Creamer. Who's swapping to Poison Cremation? Jung. Right. I didn't know that. Interesting. I mean, that makes sense because that skill is a lot stronger mechanically. I'm playing Stormbrand, not knowing what I'm doing. Now I'm in shambles. I mean, if you can get 3 mil, then, go, you can do it. What about Lightning Conduit? I thought Lightning Conduit was a bit of a dead meme these days. I'm not sure if there's any trans gems. Remember, you need to play a trans gem, so I'm not sure what trans gems lightning conduit even has, if it has any. It has one that removes the need for shock. Okay, maybe there's an angle there. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's so many skills this league to actually look into. And should put Ben on the screen just so we have rank 1 POV. It looks like he's taking a break though. I think he's been taking a break for a little while now. So he's just getting it ready for a long grind, I suppose. Garatha, Ryzen, Ventura. That's a classic trio right there. You know, Garatha, Ryzen, and Ventura have been part of the racing community for so long now. You know, I feel like they've been there forever. The old guard, they really are. Yeah, true. We could have Havoc replace Ventura. Look at that. Now this top three right here: Havoc, Havoc, Garatha, and Rise. These three players were all better than me at the game by like a lot at one point. They were like these were some of the OG God gamers back in the day. Some of them still are, of course. I mean, I don't think Garatha races too much. Oh, that's not true, because he did kill it. He was actually the first person to win a gauntlet, technically. Not the Ziz style gauntlets, but the China gauntlet. Rise, just last gauntlet, was the rank 1 Guardian, and Havoc is Havoc's like moved on from hardcore. He usually races in softcore. We saw him get level 100 in 1 hour, and he usually pops off in Trade League. So I'm surprised to see Havoc participating in the gauntlet. I guess he's just proving that he can. he just felt like he's like I guess he just felt like it or something. Havoc's tired of being disrespected. Yeah, Havoc for me. So I assume everyone in the chat has their idea of a GOAT of PoE. Like, chat, who do you think is the GOAT? You know, who would you say is the GOAT, the greatest of all time? For me, it would be Havoc. Or Ben. Havoc or Ben. I think Ben probably has reclaimed... Like, I think you could say Ben at this point. He's just so accomplished. But I mean, see, this thing, Havoc's been doing it for longer still. And he's more varied. Like, Havoc has been the best at every single thing in the entire game. Like, he's a rank 1 XP pusher, a rank 1 boss killer, a world first boss killer. You know, he's done everything rank 1, except for the gauntlet. That's like the only thing. And obviously a lot of people are only familiar with the gauntlet. So if you only are familiar with the gauntlet as an event, then you might not know about Havoc's accomplishments, but he literally is the most diverse racer by far. Like, he's done everything. Everything from softcore trade to hardcore SSF, like, he's done everything. Yeah, he's crafted, he's literally done everything. So, Ben baited Havoc. He's still bolder? Nah. Nick also races leveling. Yeah, Nick's rise to like fame, if you can call it that, has been very impressive. He only started playing Path of Exile around Metamorph League, so that was roughly 3 years now? 4 years? Or 5? Shit, I'm old. When was it? When was Metamorph? Yeah, gosh, it's been over 4 years now. Jesus. I'm old now, chat. So Exile's been playing for 4 years. But 4 years ago, he was starting the game for the first time. And he very quickly became one of the top racers. How do you rank Mathel? Well, see, here's the thing. Everyone's going to rank people a certain way. Like, Quinn, for example, is the #1 hardcore SSF, like, weird build player. That, like... No, not right. weird build player that plays by his own rule. Like he's the like ethical plus. You know what I mean? Like he's the master of his own domain, right? So it depends. Like, what do you mean by how do I rank Mathel? Like, because everyone's gonna have their own rank system. You know what I mean? Like for me personally, again, this is not to. Am I gonna get this in trouble by like yapping? But this is an opinion. Don't wait. Maybe I shouldn't share opinions on casts. But I have a way of ranking people that's called I rank people by results. You know what I mean? So like someone can only be the best if they like win. Crazy concept. Yeah, but people get really offended by that. Because technically Mathel has not like won a Gauntlet. He did, to his credit, he was the first ever, I do like to mention people's accomplishments. Mathel was the first person in the world to clear Edziri. And that was his rise to fame, that Ellie Scion buzzsaw back in the day. I'm not even sure if it was a Scion, but Scion was the meta back then. So it's not to say he can't race, but he typically does his own thing. Still hates Mathel confirmed. No, what do you mean? The fact that I've been watching Mathel for that long, like he didn't even stream back then, but you know, I knew Mathel before you probably. You know, 20 minutes already. Okay, dude. I bet you guys haven't even rubbed Mathel before. All right, I've rubbed Mathel. Okay, are you jealous yet? Preparing still to go. Yeah, I mean, back in his day, Kripparrian was uncontested, straight up. Like, he was uncontested. In the sense that he was so much better than his contemporaries. You know, him and his crew just dominated. So, very, very, very... Like, his era was, his era for a reason, right? Back in his day, yeah. Back in his day. I mean, he still proves that he's very capable. He comes back to PoE quite often, and he has gotten very, 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 very far. I think he was like ranked. He was on the top leaderboards for Ruthless back when that was first released. So he comes back from time to time just to show that, you know, he can still pop off. Dan, see, here's the thing about Dan. I know for a fact Dan is super capable. But he's also similar to Mathel in the sense that he doesn't tend to compete. We have seen him in a Gauntlet before, and he did very, 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 very well. But yeah, he typically doesn't actually compete. So, you know, if you don't win, why is Zizcast just still talking to chat about random opinions? Oi, I can see you, Aura Digit. I can see you. Alright, so if you're wondering, my co-host is, indisposed. So I'm doing a little bit of solo casting here. Interview, Rise, Rant Unlock. You know what we could potentially do? We could play Skria's video. Skria, you were mentioning you actually made a Gauntlet highlight video. That wouldn't be a bad idea, because then we don't have to listen to me yap for 12 minutes. So I don't annoy everybody. Yeah, sure. Would you guys like to see a highlight Gauntlet video from Skria? Yapping is fun though. I mean, I can keep yapping, don't get me wrong. I just don't... Yeah, I know this is a stream, so I don't want to like annoy anybody. You know what I mean? I don't want to like... You know what I mean? Storm Mage. Ah, cheers, Korea. There we go. Okay, we can watch a Gauntlet highlight from Zizaran here. I will be right back, and we can just wait. Oh, see, I would love to do it this way. Okay, actually, you know what? Just give me a minute here, production. Please don't leak the DMs. Here we go. Okay, I will be right back, and I'll let this video play. Here we go. All right, and as you can see,
I'm back.
he's back.
So we are gonna ask Rise QT for an interview if he has time. We're just waiting to hear back from him, and then we'll do a interview with Rise.
Yep.
Yep. Other than that, we just have a lot of farming, and this is pretty much what we were expecting. From anywhere to day 3 to 6, we are not really. I mean, I think Ben said already day 5 or 6 he's gonna. Wait, what? Volcano in Belfast?
I have no idea. Oh, I think he's talking about you.
That's funny. That's funny. I am a volcano. I am a volcano.
I went into a logbook, I dropped in a tier 5 and I didn't notice there was a yellow map zone. You monk ass. Yeah, you do have to be very careful when you do get that bump up in
73.
difficulty. You go from the Oasis to
Death.
literal death.
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah, we've heard the 60% haste being described as absolutely demonic. So
Yeah, Ben is in his 79 orchard, so he is in red maps, pretty early in red maps. He's looking for like just everything XP, and Sanctum Tomes is what he wants the most. So he just wants a lot of density.
yeah, he was saying that he has done some testing and he believes as long as he has Eternal Damnation, he won't get one shot by everything. So
I believe
Yeah.
there were a few bosses, he can't remember which ones, but there were 2 bosses he said he would still get one shot by. We could go look at Ben's gear now. You did mention that he has had a lot of crafts, but we'll take a look at that.
Yep, so we did have him on for a little interview earlier where he was saying that he wasn't planning on recrafting any rare gear, so he's mostly looking for, well, other than, of course, the Hunter belt that he has in his stash, but he will be farming that Eternal Damnation, and he also has his Staffles prepared as well, so he'll have to do a bit of a gear swap when he's ready to boss. Yeah, we can see, yeah, that's T1, 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 I believe. No, T1, T1, Tier 2. On the suffixes with the veiled life roll there with T1 rarity prefix, which is excellent. So that is a GG ring there. His other ring probably still maybe looking to replace that. Wouldn't
I would
surprise me.
say so. It's very easy to replace. You just
Yeah.
like
I guess that's why part of why he's running Harvest as well.
yeah, a few thousand yellow juice and you get a new one.
Remember, he's replacing that, so he doesn't care about that. He's running Staffles. Yeah, he has the GG helmet. So GG helmet, GG ring. I did see him rolling a scepter, so he will be trying to get a new one. Yeah, he might want to farm some alts at some point to get like perfectly rolled flasks.
I wonder if he's gonna pick up more jewels. He has a lot of jewel sockets.
Yeah, I did notice he has a tab specifically for bossing. Obviously, each boss, you can look at it as its own mini puzzle. So he'll want fire res, potentially, like he'll want to stack certain defensive stats for every single boss, depending on how he's going about it.
Ultimate, did we get a response from Rice? Has Karn died yet? No. Karn has not died and is the current rank 1 of the Gauntlet. So who won? We are nowhere near anyone winning.
So, to be clear, not expecting anyone to actually clear.
Yeah.
So, there won't be a winner till day 10. I'm calling it now. So, that does mean now, the good thing about it being set up the way it is that Sunday, last day of the event, will essentially be locking in the final positions. So, we won't actually know who wins the Gauntlet until day 10.
Yeah.
So we will see people boss before then, obviously. Maybe even die and go again. I know Ben was saying he's having backup TR gear for another run.
Wow.
So we won't actually know who wins until Sunday this weekend.
Yep.
So if you do want to like watch the finale of the Gauntlet, I would expect to tune in then. There is a chance. There is a non-zero chance Ben actually does clear, but I would honestly be surprised. But Ben, I mean, if anyone could do it, it would be Ben or Exile.
Yeah. And somebody else, isn't Havoc level 97? That is correct. There are quite a few people that are 97. Is Ben 98?
I think he's close to 98. I don't think he's there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the levels don't matter. So the only reason that levels even give points at all is it's a way of tracking progression through the gauntlet. But a long time ago, it was made that level 100 does not do anything for the gauntlet in terms of points. The reason for this is it's not so much an XP event to grind XP as it is a boss kill event. And so if you do want to get points, you will eventually be forced to do bosses. As we are seeing, people are capping out at those 95 points now. So if they do want to get higher on the ladder, they do need to do bosses.
Yeah. Let's send Rise a DM. I don't think he's DM'd us, but he did say he said yes to the interview, so maybe it's easier for us. There's a word having is aiming for level 98 death bounty. Ah. It does need to be rank 1.
Let me know when I can call you. Unfortunately, I can't really mute the microphone, so apologies for the tapping there.
Very good.
So what was happening with Ben? Yeah, so as we did have an interview earlier with Ben where he said that he is preparing the final gear for bossing. It will be some time before he goes into bossing, as he does need to farm Eternal Damnation.
Yeah. Right now we see all the classes are close to getting 95 points, so nearly every class have at least a 95 character.
Okay, we can call Rise now.
Yeah, let's full screen him.
Alright.
Hello.
Hello. How are you
Hello.
doing?
Oh yeah, there's 2 of you guys over there. Doing
We
good.
are.
Are you?
Yeah, we're doing great. It's been a blast watching you, especially like very fun seeing you get that early gem. So sets you die, but recovering very nicely. So you were back in red maps already. Wanted to hear a little bit about your experience so far.
It's been good. Although, just a little clarification, it's not 1 in 50. It's 1 in 11 for the Bama. But so far I've done 9 labs and I'm at 50% drop rate on it. So it's been pretty good. I got extra Bamas here. I actually got the prismatic clones Bama, which is, I'm only using it for like the increased duration that it's got. So I have a better uptime on my haste from the Guardian's Blessing. And yeah, I went 21 on the first Volorb, so that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't have a 21 on the Bombarding Clones, but overall, pretty lucky, going pretty good.
Do you know how to even calculate the DPS, by the way, of Bama? I was curious about that.
Yeah, it kind of depends. So it depends on the amount of AoE that you have. I would say without the Minion Mastery, they hit 3 to 3.5 times per mob. And with Conk Effect, they hit 4.5 to 5 times.
Wow.
Per thing. So they hit a lot more than you expect. And actually, I found out something silly today. So for the longest time, everybody assumed that because Bama gets accuracy with levels, everybody assumed that a level 21 Bama is enough to have 100% accuracy on all Uber content. But it turns out that the POB numbers were actually bugged and they got fixed while on vacation. So only while I was on vacation snowboarding. So only today I found out that my previous builds and my current one is missing like 30% more damage just because you actually have to get a bunch of accuracy on the build. So now I've got accuracy on my quiver and it's increased my damage tremendously.
That's awesome. How were you feeling about the change up in mods? And obviously we have an Oasis this time in white maps where you can farm up. How do you feel about the changes?
It's interesting. Yeah, I really forgot how hard the campaign is, to be honest. I kind of went into it pretty confidently. I even did a little bit of practice, and the practice went super smoothly for leveling with like the regular mods. And I didn't think that the jump in difficulty is going to be that big. So the campaign was a pretty big surprise. The white map Oasis, I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, honestly. I think I'm gonna feel about it very differently once I start MFing, because for right now I'm still trying to do my Atlas progression, so I'm actually running a lot of reds and stuff like that.
How are
yellow maps feel pretty spicy too, but I'm kind of cheating as well because being a not good class, the Guardian, I'm just using it to farm up gear for my champion. I have access to the armor and energy shield mastery. So the 10% of armor applies to chaos damage taken from hits is like
What?
super duper good with the bark skin and all of those things. So
So are
that's
you
been
only
really helping like run
temporarily
void
playing a
events.
guardian?
Sorry?
Did you say you're only temporarily playing a guardian?
Yeah. Guardian is just something that I'm gonna use to farm up for. Okay, so there's layers to this stuff. Okay, so Guardian is super good because you get all this damage completely for free. I think right now I'm doing probably now like 4 million sigil target, which is super
Very
good.
good.
There's like no way that I can get that on a champion because you have to play poison or you have to play impale. Impale is kind of not as good as poison, but it still does pretty good. But the gear progression is very difficult because you need a fizzbow and all these sort of things. So my whole thing was I'm gonna play Guardian. I'm gonna MF with it. I'm gonna try and progress my maps. At some point, it's most likely going to be die, but I wasn't really expecting to do any like bossing with it or anything like that. But if I were to drop a blood notch, and I would get lucky with an eternal damnation, and yeah, that's probably it. That would be already enough. I would try something on the Guardian, but the priority is still the champion. I just don't think that I'm going to be able to get an Eternal Damnation, so I'm probably going to end up playing a fourth Vow Kshabakwa champion instead, yeah. It's also more damage because poison is insane. And Guardian is pretty terrible on Ubers because your minions just die, right?
Yeah. So you're going for class rank 1 on Duelist then?
I would hope so. I mean, I want to preserve my Grandmaster Templar title from last Gauntlet, but it would be a happy accident more than anything.
That's fair. That's fair. It's been very cool watching your build and so much like build diversity this time, which is kind of unusual in a Gauntlet.
Ooh, my first Exalted Orb. Let's go. Yeah, it's been really really cool. I was gone for like 2 weeks when I on the previously mentioned vacation. When I
Yeah.
came back, everybody's builds were completely different. Everybody was talking about completely different skills.
Yeah.
But before that, everybody was like, "Oh, Krima, Resident Sleeper." I don't think one person's playing Krima that I've seen that's actually trying to compete and all these things. I don't know about a lot of people's endgame builds, but yeah, the VD wasn't really part of the conversation. People got convinced to actually play Bone Zone, which is pretty cool, you know. I thought that Karn's actually not gonna end up playing it, but he is. So.
He'll always be playing Bone Zone.
I mean, I know, but like, I was even talking to him about Bama and stuff. He was like, "Oh yeah, maybe I will play Bama." And I'm just like, "I don't think you will." And yeah, of course.
So what are the immediate next steps you're looking for now then?
So right now I'm kind of trying to figure out my Atlas. I'm still upgrading gear somewhat, but capping out suppression and chaos was like the biggest deal. Now that I've also discovered that accuracy is such a big deal, I guess I'm looking. Nah, I'm probably not gonna be replacing my bow. So the biggest thing is, yeah, I'm trying to fix my Atlas. So I was doing Expedition and Essence, but now I'm looking to switch to Legion and Harvest. I've been trying to get Harvest, but I only have a little bit because it's so hard to get the extra points.
Yeah.
And eventually, once I have Kshabakwa and once I feel comfortable enough with the amount of Harvest juice that I farmed up, I'll probably just start MFing and try and get that Blood Notch, try and get some Sanctum Tomes and all these things. Because so far, I've only found one Sanctum. Just one Forbidden Tome, so yeah. My hopes for getting Eternal Damnation were shattered before the event, but now they're like totally in hell.
Yeah, I do hope you manage to get one. It'd be very cool to see. It gives you a better chance for some Ubers. Steel, do you have any further questions?
I was just curious. We did find out that there's some bomber tech with weapon swapping. Are you gonna do anything like that, you think, to get a bit of extra damage?
So the reason why you found out about it is probably from Viral, who found out from somebody else, who found out from me. I did end up leaking a little bit of tech before, but I didn't leak all the tech. But I can spoil one thing for you guys.
Okay.
I will be using some weapon swap tech, and my second Uber after Shaper is going to be Exarch. Because I think it's the easiest one.
So that's so interesting. I've been saying There's no way anyone's killing Uber XR Kombama, so I am blown away by that. I'm super excited to see that.
That's it's a we'll see if it
Wow.
works, but
I
So,
hope
like,
it does. That would be
I
so
partially
cool.
practiced it, but I think the idea is really good.
Yeah, well, I'll love to see that.
Can I ask, does it involve blocking the balls with like the mirror arrow?
No.
Okay, wow. Okay, then I'm all out also. Well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your racing to interview with us, and yeah, good luck, especially on the Eternal Damnation, and yeah, hope to see you get some bosses down.
Sick. Thanks for the interview.
Awesome.
Have fun casting. It's been a blast watching some of that whenever I have time.
Awesome.
Oh,
Thank you. Have a
thank
great
you.
day.
Alright, bye.
Bye, you too.
I'm fucking so excited to see that. I would literally, if you had asked me, like, do you think Bama can even kill XR?
I would've said no.
I would have taken a bet for like $100 to like no.
I wonder. See, my guess is he weapon swaps to a defensive setup, and he has some sort of setup that's capable of like just eating balls. Like he literally just gobbles balls.
I don't know. Gobbles balls. The only thing I can see is like spamming clones to block the balls.
See, that's kind of suicide. So I like the idea of him weapon swapping to a defensive setup to just eat balls. I reckon it's totally doable as well. Maybe with like a Widow Hail or something. I don't know.
Ooh,
Yeah.
like a rare guard Widow Hail.
Yeah, I mean, if he can weapon swap, right?
Wouldn't
I
you just
mean,
do Rise of the Phoenix?
well, then you lose the clones, right?
You don't.
Well, you have a shield on and not a bow, so I wonder if...
Because you can switch to Severed in Sleep or United in Dream, and they still work. And then you get the damage
Right,
bonus.
so he just puts out the clones, weapon swaps, the clones will be up for the duration of the phase.
Maybe he does United in Dream and Rise of the Phoenix.
Yeah, maybe. But that's not enough on its own, right? I mean, if he does get 90 max res and then enough recovery... I don't know. I mean, maybe it's more 5-hit than I'm thinking. Maybe it's some Giga 5-hit tech. I don't know. But yeah, we'll have to see. Hopefully he doesn't die. So I do want to see that. I want to see Bama boss man.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we could do a quick ad for display while that's happening as well.
No worries. Alright, switching to some commercials.
Hopefully you guys are enjoying the Gauntlet. Make sure you check out the Displate bounties, especially the Displate bounty. And as another way to support the Gauntlet and everything that we're doing, we have Displates. And loads of different custom gauntlets. So make sure you check them out. It's a great way to support. The link is down below in the description. So we do have a Displate as one of the big sponsors to this gauntlet, and they do have a lot of cool bounties. And we did say Al-Kaiser got a very high armor glorious plate already. So there is the Displate bounty. It's like whoever's the highest armor glorious plate by the end. And I believe he has a 3,200 armor glorious plate, which is one of the bounties. And if you aren't familiar with Displate, it's basically wall art. They do look tasty, but they are not edible. So very, very, I did try. That's why I have to say that as a warning. But yeah, they are very cool. You might have seen them a lot in the background of Steel's stream. We're going to see all the prizes. So PoE Racing has all the bounties. And then there's a link below the announcement video with the prize pool, which gets doubled as well. And then there's the race prizes here on zizaran.com/miserygauntlet. So there are a lot of prices and things like that that having sponsors allows to do so. Very cool. And then GGG has given out several MTX.
Yeah, and you are allowed to die. Just make sure you do not delete that character so that it can get tracked. Otherwise, if you delete the character, there's no way to find it, unfortunately. So.
Why does Steel look extra sexy today? That's just the default mode for Steel, to be honest.
Yeah, you know, obviously you might have noticed as well that we're wearing the same shirt and jacket. So maybe I just I'm like fermenting. Maybe that's got something to do with it.
Fermenting. Nice.
Maybe the Gauntlet tea gets better with age or something. So.
And why so many ads? I mean, I don't think we've been playing too many ads.
That was our first commercial of the entire stream.
Yeah, we have 3 minutes an hour of Twitch ads, and then we have the sponsor ads every now and again.
Yeah. Obviously, the Gauntlet wouldn't be possible to this degree without sponsors. So.
Absolutely. Hopefully, it is at an acceptable level.
Yeah, believe it or not, but you don't just play the Gauntlet. Like Bender isn't playing just so he can just torture himself needlessly. He is trying to win.
Probably would.
And get that prize pool. So.
How long will the Gauntlet go on for? So it lasts until the 12th of February, 10-day event. And then on the 13th, I'm flying to Florida for 6 days. I did a little Harry Potter world vacation.
Yeah, we are expecting this Gauntlet to probably go all the way to this Sunday. It wouldn't surprise me. So if you do want to check those boss kills towards the end of the event, that will be this weekend most likely. Maybe we'll see Ben go in earlier than that, but I wouldn't surprise me if he waits until the weekend.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
So when he thought about it initially, he was saying like day 8, 9, or 10 is when he was expecting to boss in this one, which is very different. We have seen him go in as early as day 3 in a Gauntlet, which is obviously insane. Yeah, no, it's very, very interesting. Gauntlet finals into Super Bowl.
Bless you. Does reaching level 90 guarantee winning a keyboard? So no, it is a raffle. A raffle basically means that, let's say you were the only level 90 in the entire Gauntlet, you would have one ticket, and then that one ticket would be drawn, and because you are the only level 90, you would win. But obviously, if 2 people get level 90, there'll be 2 raffle tickets, and so on and so forth. Yeah. And worth pointing out, you can enter multiple times. You could theoretically just sit there hitting level 90 repeatedly to get as many raffle tickets as possible. I know this has been done in the past.
Yeah.
Especially in the early Gauntlets, I remember very few people hit 95. And so if you hit 3 or 4 level 95s in one Gauntlet, you had a very decent chance at winning something. These days, we are seeing a lot more participants, so there is a bit more raffle tickets than the very, very first few Gauntlets, but there's still a decent chance. Not many people do hit 95.
Ben is rolling a bow.
Yeah, as I mentioned, he is planning that backup.
He's got a very nice +3 bow.
Yeah. He is planning that backup Toxic Rain Pathfinder. I don't know if he plans to boss on TR or if he'll just level with TR and then swap to another poison build of some sort. But yeah, he is planning to have 2 characters to go in twice.
Let's see. Who else is streaming at the moment? How's Sarge recovering? Oh, he's in back in maps. We did see him go down to Solaris and Lunaris, and that scary pen. He was basically getting hit by Lunaris and then walked into the Solaris stuff. Ben is not a believer in Bone Shatter, so the majority of people that are playing Bone Shatter are just doing that to get to 95. It is just Jug is very safe. Like most people that are playing Jug Bone Shatter are not going to boss. You will have people like Karn and a few others that will be bossing, like Karn and Alkaiser, but the majority are just playing because Juggernaut offers so many defenses. After the Gauntlet, the characters will be going to Hardcore, Solo, Self-On, Affliction. It is not a Voidly.
Now, we did see Exile. He has rerolled, same as Alkaiser. They are both back in the 90s, so they are going to give it another try. Because the Gauntlet is expected to go the whole distance, they have plenty of time to get back up into bossing setups. And now Gratha did go offline. I don't think he died. I think he just went offline.
Yeah, maybe his stream crashed.
Yeah.
What is safer, Chieftain RF or Bone Shatter Drug?
Bone Shatter Drug.
Yeah, I don't know. Chieftain RF does get so much max risk, which is very nice as well. You do get 87 max risk very early.
Yeah, the problem is max res is not a reliable form of defense against the Ubers.
Yeah.
So
well,
that's why you see a lot
but
of people.
I think they were just asking for like people leveling and stuff, not against
Oh,
Ubers.
I guess
I'd say
Banter
Chieftain.
Jug is by far the most popular.
I'd say
It's like-
Chieftain RF is very safe too, but it's not an easy choice between the two if you're just looking for safety.
So that's the thing, I hate Bone Shatter, so I would do Chieftain.
Yeah.
Although Chieftain is bad in the campaign.
Chieftain does have the added advantage that you could stay at a distance, like you could use armor band cremation. Like not being close to the monsters is nice as well.
Yeah, I don't know what the easiest... You know, I would do Toxic Rain. I think DM had it right. I actually like DM setup the most myself.
Yeah.
But that's personal preference. Obviously, Bone Shatter is objectively the number one build. So if you like Bone Shatter, you should play Bone Shatter Jug.
Yeah.
It is literally the number one undisputed best Gauntlet build in the game. For Duelist, for Marauder, bank it.
Yeah. And DM is playing apparently the idiot ascendancy, as El Kaiser called it.
Yeah, I think Al Kaiser has a bit of disdain for the Pathfinder meta.
It was so funny. He found a taste of hate and he said, I'm not even an idiot. I don't need this. I thought that was funny.
How is Pathfinder? It's a very complicated setup to get everything working. How is Pathfinder the idiot ascendancy when Al Kaiser just whacks shit? Like it's. Like he's the. Okay, dude.
Successfully stun locked. Excellent.
Oh my god.
One Al Kaiser. No, I'd be very surprised to see so many people in red maps early. We do see Rise QT in a tier 16 bazaar right now with 6 additional projectiles.
Well, that's the thing.
So he's rolling multi-approach on the map.
He's going for map completion.
That seems
so-
psychotic.
Yeah, but he's going for map completion, so they are going to occasionally roll mods. And he does have... He mentioned he had 4 million DPS. That's probably more than the other Gauntlet competitors. He probably has the highest DPS.
Jung and Rise probably have the highest damage out of anyone.
Yeah. Arguably, Rise has better damage just because he doesn't have to... He has that uptime advantage. Like Jung Roan, whenever he has to move, he stops doing damage.
I don't know if you saw, but there's very few people playing Stormbound of Indecision.
I think the damage is just too low. I was kind of making fun of you a little bit and saying that you didn't necessarily realize the potency of the 50% less damage. Essentially, if you have... Let's say your build felt good at roughly 3 million DPS. Well, now you need double that. Now you need 6 million.
Yeah.
So it is the equivalent of 100... It's actually worse than 100% more life.
You were thinking of doing Stormbound too.
Yeah. But if you can't get the damage numbers going, it's kind of unplayable. Unfortunately.
Right. Yeah. Maybe I would just tank a lot and run around a lot. And just suffer. I don't know. I don't know what else I would play than Stormbound of Indecision, but I'm doing Trickster.
Yeah, I do feel sorry for the Bone Shadow Jugs. I guess, to be fair, I think the Complex Trauma does feel a lot better for mapping. So at least they have slightly better time thanks to that trans gem.
I wouldn't be surprised to see some of the Bone Shatters like using Bone Shatter to farm and then going to something
He's doing
else.
the expedition as well. That is suicide.
That is insane. That is insane.
Is his build really tanky or is he just really brave? I think he's just really
I
brave.
think it's just really brave. He only has 5.4k life too.
Well, that's about what we see the players have. I think even Ben only has 5.5k, so...
Wow.
He did say he expects to die, indeed. It'd be a bad time to die, though, because ideally he does get through this map completion and then go back to the white maps like he was planning to farm that 4th foul. Dying before he gets back to those white maps would kind of suck.
Was it 4th vow he wanted or Eternal
Zoom
Damnation?
in. We can definitely zoom in on Razekuti. Look at him go, dude. Yeah, I'd love to see his boss damage here. I just want to see how it feels. So he was saying he's got like 4 million. So this should actually feel pretty good, in theory.
Doesn't look like he has a lot of damage.
Yeah. Like the other Gauntlet builds look like they struggle just a little bit. Like, you know when you have to fight a boss just a little bit too long? I've noticed a lot of the Gauntlet competitors are doing that in reds. But maybe Raz will just pop off here and it'll feel like a normal map in terms of damage dealt. But it's just so much DPS. It's so much better than I thought it would be. Pause champ.
Taking out all the ads. Hey, even the blues are going down very fast. And do remember, there is a monsters take 50% less damage.
And conk ground, so these heal.
Oh, that is very rough mods.
Yeah, this is a bad mod if you don't have Giga Dam.
He might have to go get Frostbomb.
Or he'll just out DPS it. And it's ghosted. No, so with a ghosted conk effect bot... Oh, it is still dying though.
He has so much damage.
Yeah, he definitely has the highest DPS, I think. Probably even higher than Jung. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Because you gotta remember, Chung lives in white maps these days.
He does have a lot of... Oh,
Wow, it healed, dude. It's healing! Oh, that's bullshit. No. So his damage was really good when it wasn't on conk ground.
Yeah.
And then the moment it got on that conk ground, unfortunately... yeah, unlucky.
And he does have that extra safety.
Oh, I love seeing the focus face. Now, unfortunately, we don't see a tongue pop out like me, but we can see the eyes dashing. And he is trying to pay attention to positioning here. I think like Rai said, Ziz was saying, a Frostbomb would be very smart here. Because we can see, if it stands on the conk ground, he can't kill it. Like straight
And that
up.
boss might one-shot him. He's using the minions to tank there.
Yeah, the Sentinel of Radiance does have Taunt. So as long as that Sentinel of Radiance is up, it is effectively acting like a
Tier
decoy
16 map down. I don't think that was his first one, so he already has the favorite map slot, I believe.
Yeah, no, he's been doing his red map completion for a while now.
And you might have noticed that Rise QT and his camera used to sit a lot higher up, and that is actually because the ground beneath him is starting to like sink down under the weight of his balls.
Holy.
Wow, that's crazy. I was not expecting that.
Isis loves his ball jokes. Oh wow.
He does have the Hunter Belt.
He got the prefixes.
Wow.
Are they? Is it? I think it is T1 T1. He just needs to divine it up. T1 T2.
Now, wonder how he's gonna handle mana.
Alex doing Putrid. Sure, we can put Alkaiser on as well on the bottom
Yeah.
left, just in case anything should go wrong.
He's done the last one. She does do a lot of damage though, and gets that multi-proj.
Yeah, you can see he's a bit scared there. He's TPing out.
He wants to floss up.
Let's see. Live, res, ES mod.
Oof. Oh, he does have the Veil DS mod.
He typed F. I'm wondering what that means. It looks good to me. I can't imagine. Your balls clip is immediately getting linked.
Ah.
He didn't want the resistance. Oh. Wait,
Wait, you can remove that somewhere else. Oh, he wanted fast duration, maybe.
Well, what is it? Like Chaos Fez or a Flask? That's pretty greedy to try to hit a Flask mod.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think he's gonna use it anyway. He will have to suffer with his imperfect belt. I wonder how he's gonna handle the mana.
Strength? I'm not sure how we would deterministically craft that.
Let's see, what tier is Rice going back into? Okay, tier 11. So he's mostly focusing on his red map completion.
Yeah.
We see Ben playing with Gear, and then Alk is MFing. There's a lot of uniques he wants. I don't know what tier Alkaiser is MFing in.
If I know Alk, it'd be a tier 5 map.
What is he looking for, do you think?
I have no idea, honestly. I'm not good enough at Bone Zone gameplay to know what he would be going for.
Very large damage. Yeah, that's one of the benefits of being in low tier maps is that your damage will shine through so much more.
Better gear. Well, that's the thing, right? You're not gonna see gear come from this.
Yeah.
You're gonna see uniques. So, and the issue, of course, is you're not gonna see things like, yeah, it is a tier 5. So you're not gonna see things like Mage Blood, Defiance of Destiny, or Eternal Damnation. So you're gonna see things like Fourth Vow, Taste of Hate, which he already has, but he doesn't care about it, obviously. Yeah, I guess for Slather, he did find one and die with it, unfortunately, but I guess he could go for another one. There is obviously those Arch Nemesis conversions, so he could get alterations for rolling flasks. He could get Divine Orbs for metacrafting. This actually interesting. Gives Embers and Echoes the lowest tier.
Yeah.
Which is just, I mean, very nice to get access to without having to do those red maps.
Yeah, those implicits are pretty big early. A lot of them are fairly build enabling.
Yeah. So how are the Bone Zone guys gonna farm ED? So
yeah, that's gonna be a spicy one.
My guess is they're gonna have an easier time in red sanctums than yellow because the yellow sanctums have so much haste and they just can't deal with it.
Yeah, the damage mods in the reds shouldn't be as much of a problem as the haste.
Yeah. So I think they'll just have to go back to reds and slowly farm reds. Because, yeah, the yellow sanctums are kind of impossible with the haste. It's kind of too much.
Yeah.
Kaiser is Rog crafting and Ashling on axes. Oh, so maybe it's not so much he's magic finding. He is doing the league mechanic to fish for, you know, things like good juice and whatnot. But he is probably also farming the erasers just to be safe for those low level, like things like Ashling, as Chat pointed out.
Ben did a yellow sanctum, and I can't even imagine any build clearing that ever. Yeah, Karn and Alkaiser are both pretty, have been showing like being absolute experts at Sanctum on Bone Zone.
Unfortunately, Khan did fail his first Sanctum because of that haste, though.
Yeah.
He had the unfortunate circumstance where the last floor bumped up one level, becoming a yellow map, and then he instantly failed because of the haste. It is fucked. Like, he's downplaying it. It's fucked.
It's not that bad, guys.
Ben, quote, absolutely demonic.
Did you say that?
Yeah, that's a Ben quote. I'm not joking. That's an because I watch Ben usually before I go to bed, and I hear him rant about the haste.
I'm terrible. Chris Wilson taking knows how to fuck melee next league. Good job, sis. I don't think they haste to face the traps. They shouldn't.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Monster haste does affect the traps. You know, the debuff.
Mm-hmm.
It does not? Okay, good. So just the negative boon does.
Yeah. That would have been a unintended happy accident if it did. Me and you just going dunk, 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 dunk.
I mean, Alkaiser did get Eternal Damnation in the last Gauntlet.
Yep.
So it's definitely doable.
But the last Gauntlet was Sanctum.
Oh, poor Alkaiser. He just deleted all of his fusings trying to 6-sync that chest, and he didn't get it.
Doesn't have Necrovigil and Phylacteral Link. I should have requested that. I'm joking. I'm not that bad. Look at the Rise's damage. So good.
Yeah, I think Rise has a really fun build for the Gauntlet.
Yeah.
The only downside is it's not a tanky build. So even though Rise is doing super well here, it it really isn't like it doesn't have the layers of defense that the Juggernauts or the Necromancers have.
Yeah, we are expecting to see Rise die at some point, but this is not his final build. He is not actually going for Templar rank 1. Rise is going for Duelist rank 1.
Yeah, he said this is a means to an end, because you can't realistically start champion, but when you swap over the gear, it'll be fine. It's just a bit more gear intensive.
Whoa! Alkaiser just got a +2 max res charm. Wow. That's huge.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to take advantage of it the same way the Chieftains do, though. It is still nice, though.
Very good for Exarch. Very good for Exarch. Can I still go for raffles if I swap classes? Yeah, that's just level based.
Yeah. I do love that both me and Ziz are a bit tired today. Apologies. We have been shifting the cast schedule, which means we've been like... I think we've just been sacrificing his sleep to do that. So
yeah,
but we should be good. We should be good.
I'll
now.
definitely fall asleep early today. So we were the first cast started at 8 p.m. and now they're starting at noon. So we did have to move back 8-hour lunchtime.
Yeah. Charms can give max res, only max fire. So the charms are based off zenities. So there is a chieftain zenity that scales off max res. And so there's a plus max res charm to accompany that.
Yeah.
What's the flash bounty for today? I know Ziz was keen to maybe do some flash bounties. We don't have to do it today.
Yeah, we might do it tomorrow because we don't have that much. We did use.
We can maybe announce that in advance. Then we could just lock it in for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to give the contestants a head up if we can. I mean, they are supposed to be flash bounties.
Yeah.
But at least people have an idea of when. So that will be during tomorrow's cast.
2 hours into the cast tomorrow, we'll do a flash bounty.
Yeah, so 2 p.m. I don't know what time zone I'm in because I'm Australian and I'm living abroad.
Living abroad. You've been here for a while now.
Yeah. Over a year now.
Our spiders are smaller. They're getting pretty large here. I don't know if you've seen any big ones.
Not compared to back home.
Yeah. So when I grew up, the biggest spider you would see would be this large. That's with his legs out. Like that's how big the spiders would be. So they've definitely gotten larger.
As long as they don't get as big as a dinner plate, I'm not afraid.
I did see a this large spider.
Yeah, see, the Aussie spiders get about this big.
Yeah.
Like literally bigger than your head. They get as big as a dinner plate if you spread out their legs.
Yeah.
So we have much bigger spiders. So I remember when I moved over here, I was genuinely quite scared of spiders back in Australia. Yeah. But then I came over here and I felt like I entered like a low level farming zone. Like all the spiders were like de-leveled. So all of a sudden my fear of spiders evaporated and now I'm like, I don't care. I can pick them up. I can eat them. I don't care anymore. They're just soy spiders here.
Yo, so go eat a spider?
I could consider eating the brown high spiders here.
Really?
They're just so soy. The ones back home...
Okay, what if we raise $1,000 from our flash bounties and you eat a spider?
No, I'm not going to do it for $1,000. Not for $1,000. I'm saying I could do it. I'm not saying I would do it.
Okay. So you're not really going to do it?
No.
But you totally could.
I genuinely think I could. Nah, they're really quite pathetic. The British spiders are so pathetic compared to the Aussie ones.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're tiny. So for me, a spider is too big when it crunches when you kill it. I usually don't kill spiders. Whenever they encroach on an area they can't be, then sometimes they just have to die.
Yeah, see the issue with the spiders in Australia is because they're so big and they're so fast, they jump scare you. Like, whenever I would take out the garbage, they would like to hide in the bin lid. And what would happen is, obviously, they jump at you. So you go to dump the rubbish in the bin. You open the bin lid and they jump at you. This happens often. Also,
Flicker Strike IRL.
Yeah, also they hide on the windshield. So they'll crawl from the dash onto like the side of your window. And so you'll turn left and there'll just be a giant huntsman just on the like right next to your face. Obviously, you're trapped in the car in a car seat, so you can't do anything about it.
Ugh.
Well, you can't do anything about it. And the more you panic, the more you freak out. Like the spider's going to jump at you if you panic.
I mean, you accelerate and you hope that the crash takes out you and the spider.
Yeah, I think some bloke had a huntsman, a spider in his helmet, and he died, obviously, because what are you going to do? Yeah, you're just going to freak out, right? So I hope I've given you a good example of why Belfast spiders are nothing compared to Aussie spiders.
I've never disputed that fact.
Yeah.
Has always been apparent to me. It's terrifying. I'm not a huge spider fan. I don't mind spiders too much.
By the way, can we continue this topic actually? This is a complete derailing of the cast, but my friend here, he's going to go to Florida after the cast. What's the worst creatures in Florida? Because Florida is also known for deadly wildlife. I know they have gators. Anything worse? I don't
Americans.
know. Okay, dude.
Florida man.
Is it just crocs? Would you be scared if you saw a crocodile?
Trying to. I don't know what the correct approach is. Maybe somebody could tell me. Do you run? Like, can they go fast? I don't know. How fast are they?
Oh, they have lots of snakes.
Snakes, I am very scared of.
Very good.
Because they lunge.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
I don't like fast spiders. Like I like a lot of
that
the.
mods to get like a fake snake or something when you need it.
I like a lot of the slow tarantulas that like don't jump and stuff. They're nice. I like chill spiders, like Haploplma lividum and stuff like that.
Someone said there's panthers.
What the fuck? No, there's not panthers in Florida. I'm googling.
No, don't Google it. It's funny if you believe it's true.
Panther, Florida. Why?
Oh, they do have panthers.
Why?
Well, he likes cats, so
I do like cats.
I think it would be ironic if you died to a panther. Like, here, kitty.
I would pet it. It would be cute. Maybe it senses that I'm a good cat person.
I think it's gonna eat you.
I'll just belly rub it. That's what Loki loves, belly rubs.
Small bugs that crawl and burrow underneath your skin. Hey, keep it coming.
I don't like this. Rep rank 1 to panther. There's no panther monster, is there?
Is the Katarina fight dangerous to Ben? So
Yeah.
if this is an 83, it is. If it's a low level Katarina, he'd be fine, honestly.
Is it at least the 80? So honestly, the most dangerous things from Katarina is
Dude, he has 6k life now, by the way.
kind of her auto attack. Yeah, kind of her auto attack. The one with
Nah,
like...
he's immortal now. He's got Defense of Destiny.
Oh, true. That can't actually
It
kill
heals
I
him
think.
now. It heals him.
It heals him.
God, Defiance of Destiny
I
is
guess
so
it's
broken.
just the slam. But her auto attack is surprisingly scary because it fires so many projectiles. But yeah, you can't die to that with Defiance of Destiny.
Can we agree that the only reason Ben can win this gauntlet is because he dropped Defiance of Destiny? It's not skill based. It's just RNG.
Pure RNG, no skill. How does he do it so consistently, chat?
Sacrifices goats. Crocs can climb fences, by the way. Oh, cool. So even if he runs, he's... Well, to be fair, he can't run that far, so it sounds like he's screwed then.
If it's RNG, why are you not playing? Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
I mean, there is RNG depending on who dies and lives.
Nice graph. Yeah, I don't know. I would say it is surprisingly little RNG in the Gauntlet for a game that is so RNG based. It is a very skill based event. Why are Seal's shoulders so massive? He actually lifts. He's very strong. Like when I did bring my chair over. We were gonna have.
I wasn't gonna tell this story because it's embarrassing for you.
Okay, you can shit on me. It's fine.
Okay, so Helena's like, hey, can I get some help? And I'm like, yeah, I'll come. She just wanted me to grab a chair. And obviously Ziz had to put the chair in the car, and then I was going to get his chair, and drag it inside, right?
I figured it was better for him to lift it.
So
'cause
she
he's
had a
lot
direct
stronger.
comparison between Ziz's strength and my strength, and she just started laughing when I picked it up. And she's like, "He's like literally twice as strong as you, Ziz," because I just lifted it up.
Yeah.
Apparently, this was funny to Helena.
Yeah, I mean, I don't lift and he does.
So
I have soy muscles.
it's funny though. I remember I used to be very, very, very skinny, like a stick, in high school, and I remember having this. Maybe you guys can relate to this, but my friend, her dad had weights, and I tried lifting one up just to see if I could, and it was like 10 kilos, right? And I couldn't do one curl, and I was like, it just motivated me, and so all of a sudden I started lifting every day for maybe like a year, and so even though I am chubby now, like straight up, but I still got the muscle. It never really went away fully. Like I still got it. So
Ben just picked up a death rush.
that'd be nice for the Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Very, very, very nice.
I remember when I was like 14, 15, I was going to borrow weights from my cousin. And I honestly don't know how much weights I borrowed, but it was a backpack full of weights. And we put it in the backpack. I'd say it was somewhere between 20 and 40 kilos in a backpack. And I remember I was like walking up like a hill, like one step at a time. And it was a 2-kilometer walk, and I think it took me 3 hours. And I just like walked very, very slowly, took a lot of breaks. And then when I got home, like my shoulders and stuff were so sore, so I took off my t-shirt, and I remember my mom gasped because I had like huge red marks on my shoulders.
Yeah. Now he complains about walking to my house and it's 5 minutes away.
Back in my day, we walked uphill 10 miles upside, downside.
No, this is fat. This is pretty in shape these days, actually.
Yeah, I stopped drinking soda and I went from 82 kilos to 73 in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So I lost a lot of weight
I
from
don't
that.
think that's humanly possible.
Mhm.
Maybe water weight.
Well, yeah.
You burn 7,200 calories a day. 2,000 calories a day.
Well, I'm
7,200
73
calories
kilos
is
now.
like a kilo, right? So it takes like 3.5 to even burn 1 kilo of fat. So you would be burning at most like 2 kilos a week. So it would take you 5 weeks to burn 10 kilos of fat.
Shit, I don't know, dude.
And that's at metabolic
I'm
resting rate,
73
which I'm
kilos
assuming
now.
you'd be at or below, because you're not like super exercising or anything. So at most you'd burn 10 kilos in 5 weeks.
Okay, well, I was 83, now I'm 73.
Oh, maybe I got the specifics wrong, but you get the idea.
Time him
But
out, sis.
he probably did lose a bunch of water weight. I think we have like a few kilos of water weight. Like if you just dry yourself out, you'll I remember. This is really messed up actually, but I got really sick. You remember? And I was like on a positive note.
When you had COVID?
I'm not sure when. Oh no, it was when I was in New Zealand. Remember how I got food poisoning? And I remember saying because I was I'd lost a bunch of weight because water weight, right?
That's funny.
So
Yeah, I did have to like fast and take what do you call it? Laxatives for a health check, and I was down to like 70 or 69.
you guys enjoying the cast, by the way? It's just anecdotes about laxatives and spiders.
I mean, I think this is like a really good thing though. When there's like mostly just MF farming and not that much happening, then we can just talk about other things.
Yeah.
I mean, we're used to stalling. We actually have an expert.
What?
Ben alt spamming.
Yeah, alt spamming is probably my least favorite mechanic in Path of Exile. It didn't used to be, but what happened was the way the game is currently balanced, you have 10,000 plus alts and you're expected to use them. I didn't believe I would, but I actually managed to go through and burn over 15,000 alteration orbs, run out, and then I had to find more to keep alt spamming. So I've used something like maybe 25,000 alts this league, and I did not enjoy it. I hated it. It was awful.
Yeah, all spamming was a little bit more fun back in the day when like 2,000 or 3,000 was a very large amount, and you were doing like a big crafting session, and that was how you crafted. So it's definitely become less enjoyable, but that is going away in PoE too.
It's about the sheer amount of currency we get. Using 500 alts isn't that big of a deal. Using 50,000 alts is torture.
Yeah.
You know, it's like back in the day when we chance swapped items, right? Tier that might be tier 2, perfect tier 2, I think.
Yeah. Hey guys, did you even try your own Gauntlet? Yeah, I am level 24, and only got like, huh?
Yeah, I have not tried it myself.
Not yet.
Only he does.
I'm going very slow in Act 2. I should pick up a lot of pace right now. I was doing my second Wildwood Ascendancy as early as Act 2, so I do have the I have like somewhere between 600 and 800 life in Act 2 already. So yeah, good stuff. It's pretty easy so far, to be honest. I should just get easier. Just want to over level 7 or 8 levels. I just rolled over it. What a bastard. What's
That's
he
the
looking
fiction
for?
Chris loves. I'm down to go into a deep dive conversation right now, live. I don't think, for the record, I don't actually think Chris loves 50,000 million alt spamming. I actually think that's a combination of the players wanting more currency, more drops, and alterations functionally, right? They don't like, how do I say? It's just the way they're designed, right? They you know, you're not supposed to spam 10. You're not supposed to have 10,000 of them is the problem.
Yeah.
And now we do, so obviously we're going to use them, and that's how you have this circumstance, right?
Yep.
Chance orbs are definitely GGG inflicted though, because they purposefully changed the rates of those to become borderline unusable.
Yeah, scour chancing is pretty rough right now. It was fun to see people scour chancing strong boxes together, and obviously we did that. That was because then you're just spamming.
Yeah, if that was a core functionality in the game, that would actually be useful.
Yeah. Yeah, being able to like scour chance with one click would be a lot better. Crucible was cancer for that, yeah. People chancing wellstones, yeah. We shouldn't have done that. I died. YOLO.
YOLO.
Definitely too much RNG in this game? I don't think so.
I think RNG is the name of the game. It
Yeah.
creates really interesting situations, memorable moments.
Yeah, I think it's what makes Path of Exile what it is. Like, even though like obviously there are a lot of RNG elements, but I don't think there's too much. It's what makes the game what it is, and source of most of my enjoyment. Because like you're gonna get different types of luck each league. Like, I always feel like every league for me, I feel like I have like sometimes I'm lucky on 6 things, sometimes I'm lucky on uniques. I'll be like lucky in different ways, but there's very rarely not that it hasn't happened, but it's very rarely that I feel very unlucky or very lucky in a league. It's just different types of RNG. If it's all RNG, how does Ben win all the competitions? Whenever it's consistent, it's not like... Man, he's spamming Katarina. So he was going for... Was he going for Ashley's?
Yeah, he was Ashling crafting a belt. I think he's wearing the belt now, so I'm not sure what else he's going for Ashling-wise.
He doesn't want to diadem, right?
No, I don't think that was on the menu because he would lose too much survivability.
Yeah.
He's going for the scepter, apparently.
Ah. Oh, so he wants to Ashling the scepter.
Yeah.
He Ashling a dot multi scepter and missed. Ah.
Yeah, I mean, that dot multi. So that's a bit of a spoiler then. He is planning on swapping builds for sure.
True. And he can't do this build for Ignite.
No.
Maybe he
is
is
the
going for
build?
cremation.
Huh. So this was just for mapping. Or progression.
What if he goes Flame Blast? Imagine.
We're
Maybe
all
he
going
is going...
cremation.
He could go Flame Blast and pick up the Azeri bounty.
Yeah, I don't know if he cares as much about the bounties this time. I think he just wants to go for clear. We even saw that he skipped the Aziri bounty. Didn't care.
Yeah.
So I think he he actually wants to go for clear this time. More so than bounty hunting.
Someone already did a Flame Blast bounty? No. No one's killed Uber Ziri.
No. We only saw the first Aziri yesterday. Like base Aziri.
Yeah. Yeah, so we did have Aziri's gone down for everything except Scion. Scion could still claim $100 or $150 by killing Aziri, unless that went down. But I believe Karn was the only one that did it with a Transfigure Gem. Everyone else was just using whatever else.
Yeah.
Don't think we know how Say Bye Bye died.
No.
I'm gonna go pee real quick.
No worries. We have sort of soft announced, and we will give more details in Discord tomorrow. But we have announced that tomorrow, roughly 2 hours into the cast, so about an hour ago tomorrow, so 23 hours, we will be doing flash bounties. So if you do want to pass that on to your your favorite competitor, you can. We haven't announced what they are, of course, because we don't necessarily want to give away what they will be. That's kind of against the spirit of a flash bounty. But it's good to if they do want to be around for when those do get announced. That's roughly when we're expecting to do it. An hour tomorrow earlier. Well, it's because of time zones. Because obviously, you probably don't have to deal with this. But as a streamer, we do stream to a global audience. So if I say tomorrow 2 p.m., that doesn't mean shit. That I might as well say 3 GSPF tomorrow 5-10 billion. It's a useless measurement of time. You have to actually say 23 hours from now, because otherwise it means nothing to me. I especially get this as an Aussie when Ziz always has a habit of saying 2 p.m. and I'm like, the fuck does that mean? Because right now, for example, it is currently 2 a.m. in Aussie land. So saying 2 p.m. means nothing. So yeah, I prefer relativity when I describe time. So I'll say 23 hours from now, because everybody gets that, as long as you're capable of math. Best way to get exceptional gems. So GG have added a way for solo self-found players to farm exceptional gems by going to lab. So Uber Lab, I think only Uber Lab has the ability to get exceptional gems as a reward, but it is a pretty reliable way. I think it's probably like maybe 1 in 20 to get an exceptional gem.
Quite a lot this league.
Yeah, I mean, I've found that craft maybe 5 times.
Yeah, same.
I had that from the 3rd lab too. See, I've yet to see a clip of that, so I'm gonna call DM got it from the 1st lab. He definitely did not get it from the 1st lab.
I heard DM got that option in Hideout.
He probably got a Mage Blade at level 40.
That was so good. You've seen that short of mine, right?
Like 5 times. I think it's hilarious.
There was a guy in my chat that was saying he got a Mage Blood during leveling, and he was so excited. And I was like, oh, did it just drop randomly off the ground? And he was like, yeah, I'm so excited. And I'm like, it can't happen. Like, it's a level 75 drop requirement. It's great. Swipe. Ben Belt, yeah, it's insane. Really, really good gear from some of the top competitors. And we saw some of Rise's gear earlier as a pretty decent bow with like 100 million damage. Link to the Shore, I don't know how to find it. It's fine.
Yeah, shots are a little bit hard to navigate.
Yeah, we did Belus. We did watch his Chevron kill and his Kitawa kill. It's been really cool. It's going to be interesting to see how both Rax and DM do today. Karn is back on now. I don't know if he's been on.
No, he was off, so.
Yeah. No way.
No way, dude. Khan being our rank 1 point leader.
Let's check Dexter as well in the loading window. Bottom right. Cool.
Hey, look. It's got our cast on as well.
Oh, nice.
Way too dank.
Oh, it's gonna be
What's this, ready?
Inception. That's funny. We waved at ourselves.
What was he doing? That's funny.
Good cat. Yeah, Karn is the current rank 1. Now, do remember, standings early in the Gauntlet do change a lot, and we do see people weaving back and forth in rankings. I think he was looking at a split there. I guess he wants to 6-ing something and split it. I don't know if he's going to 6-ing a weapon or an armor.
I mean, Khan does have a really good weapon, but as we were told, he is going to go for Tainted Pact, which he usually gets the poison chance from the IPD hybrid roll. So he currently has Impale. So if he does want to go to Tainted Pact, he might have to recraft a new weapon.
Yeah. We could try to get an interview with Karatha here at some point soon as well. Been fun doing a lot of the interviews.
Yeah. I think the interviews are a good idea, especially during this like midway part of the Gauntlet.
Yeah.
So we can get an idea of how people are approaching the final stage of gearing and leading up to bossing.
Yeah, and then depending on how things go, so at the moment we're casting roughly 4 hours a day, so roughly an hour left or something of today. But then either tomorrow or the day after, what do you think about the build? Either tomorrow or the day after, we might look into doing like a slightly longer cast depending on what's happening with like bosses and whatever happens. Answer the cat. Can we see the gear DM kill count torso? Yeah, I mean we could look at DM's gear. He's a very new Path of Exile player.
It's a bit hard to find his account, is the only problem.
Torso.
I'll do my best.
So hard.
I mean, I don't know his account. If you didn't say what his account was, I wouldn't have remembered.
Also, he's the only champion with Slayer in the name.
Oh, I can hover over. So he was Toxic Rain. This is kind of like EA at home.
Surprised you're calling Toxic Rain EA at home.
It is. I would rather do EA on a champion.
Wow.
Because Ranger has that synergy with Chaos Dot usually.
Giga Chad.
So Steel's a TR hater. No, I'm just more realistic than Zai. Because Zai has... Okay, Zai is more controversial. So Zai reckons that... Okay, I'm going to say this and you guys are all going to agree with me. Zai thinks Toxic Rain clears faster than Caustic Arrow. Right? Which is... Yeah, it's complete insanity.
Caustic Clear is way faster than...
Yeah, it's not even close. It's like twice as fast.
TR's good single target, Caustic's good clear.
Yes, but he's specifically saying that he mapped faster with Toxic Rain over Caustic Arrow, and at good gear levels, at like top end gear levels. Well, maybe not top end, like sub top end, like not woke gems basically. Pre-woke gems plus 3 bow. He preferred TR.
It's kind of irrelevant though, since Explosive Arrow is better than either.
Well, Caustic Arrow maps faster than...
I would say Caustic's better than EA.
Caustic is probably one of the fastest builds in the entire game, like straight up.
Yeah.
So, I like can't even begin to imagine.
Oh, we can full screen Karatha for this.
Yeah, can we call now? Question mark? So we'll just take a quick look at his gear. So he does have that +1 bow with attack speed that you mentioned, which is all you need, really.
Got a lot
for
of life
TR.
in his gear.
He does run those amethyst rings. Very, 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 very nice helmet. Life on every piece of gear. He even has some suppression. And he
really
did
well.
manage to get a couple suppression wheels, which will help him survive that early mapping. Anyway, we'll sign a voice call with Goratha. I'll just screen. Here we go. Bring, bring. Bring, bring.
Hello.
Hello, you guys hear me?
We can indeed. Thanks so much for letting us do a quick little interview with you while we're grinding. We have your stream open here as well. How is the Gauntlet treating you?
It's been pretty interesting. I went in with the intention of like going for bounties and like this MFing and stuff, or like efficient item farming.
Yeah, I saw you hit the suppression bounty. I was actually surprised because a few other competitors had tier 1 suppression. I was like, I'm surprised they don't exalt annul it, which is what you ended up doing.
Well, I realized I was farming for a suppression gear because my gear was kind of bad. I got like this really awful piece from Rog, and I was like, wait, I can just exalt annul this. It has T1 suppression, but it was like garbage otherwise.
Yeah.
I
So I
had
guess
been
you really
MFing.
want to taste now then.
Yeah, I did like a fresh start SF run, right? And I found taste like super easily. But I've been really unlucky this gauntlet. I haven't found any scarab drops yet, like big explosions, which I should have happened by now probably with how I've been juicing. Just haven't
Yeah.
gotten one.
So you just have to
Scarabs
do
are so big.
betrayal then.
Yeah, betrayal and I'm just grinding currency right now basically to MF a bit later.
So how is this
Essences.
Gauntlet being compared to last ones?
Well, okay. So most gauntlets, I don't go for bounties. I just like go for like gearing up and like go for bosses. And it feels really bad if I die and don't kill any bosses, and then I haven't did a bounty or anything. I still like I haven't accomplished anything. So this bounty, I decided to just like go for things and just like play to have fun and like just go for bounties and stuff. And then I'll think I don't even know if I'm gonna play for bosses yet. I'm just like farming gear.
Do you think
See
you'll
what I
end
get
up?
at the end.
Do you think you'll end up going for at least the base clear? Because I do think I know Ben was saying he doesn't think more than 2 classes will have a chance at doing an Uber. So theoretically, if you were able to clear at least the base content, no Ubers, you could get a rank 1 class win there. Do you think you could do that?
Oh yeah, I think that sure, for sure. Yeah, I think I can do
Yeah.
that. Probably just like Bama or something. Honestly, I feel like Bama doesn't really need, or like the Exodia build is like the Pathfinder with Eternal Damnation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the Sanctum farming is gonna be so insane for that. I'm not sure how that's gonna pan out. I'll
Yeah.
probably just go for Bama or something maybe.
Yeah. And then how did you like the campaign mods with like pen and stuff compared to normal?
I like a hard campaign. Honestly, it was easier than I expected. I was like thinking it was gonna be like similar to the Physics Extra gauntlets we had in the past.
Yeah.
But it felt easier than that. I don't know. I usually like to overlevel a lot, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
I died.
agree.
I died in Active 1 though. I died to like the lightning zapper guys randomly,
I
which
saw
I've never
that.
died to before. It's crazy.
Yeah, did that like sort of like switch your mentality a little bit, like because they usually don't do anything, but the pen is so scary.
Yeah, like walked up like these are fine, and I died, and it like shocked me for 50%, and I was dead in like half a second.
Yeah, I agree with Paper Pee-wee from the chat. Do not tell Ziz that the Gauntlet campaign was too easy. Do not tell him this.
So I don't know how you feel about this, but if GGG would let me, I would make the campaign 2 or 3 times harder, but each act you finish would disable the mods for future characters for that act.
Oh, so basically if you die, you have like a easy time going through again. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds pretty interesting.
That's what I would want to do. That would be so great. I don't know if they can do that.
That sounds interesting.
So, have you been much in yellow and red maps yet?
I have a 90 completion right now. I've done all the yellows basically, and most of the reds.
Nice. Have you been using the Carrick map strategy at all?
Yeah, I did like 5 or 6 reds from that, like the higher
Wow.
ones. My
Very
character
nice.
is pretty strong, but I felt like I should get Lane Cold Taste of Hate before I bothered. 'Cause it's not like there's like a rush to like complete the end game
Yeah,
yet.
so are you do have a 0 out of 1 mage blood on the screen here. Is that something you're going for?
No, it's kind of a meme, honestly. But it could happen, to be honest. If I
Yeah.
get like some juice scarab explosions and actually sustain scarabs, I think the odds of finding a mage blood is higher than like 10%. Honestly, it's probably not that high, but it's like it might be easier to get a mage blood than a Eternal Donation. I'll put it that way.
You're not actually wrong at all.
I
I know,
agree.
like I know a lot of the competitors are a little bit despair because they do have to do those higher tier content, and you only have a small chance to drop a tomb, and then a small chance to drop the relic, and then you still have to complete it. I know Nick was saying if he even manages to get it, he might even fail it because it's it actually does make it a fair bit harder to complete. So it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, well, like imagine you just play a jug and you go like Defiance of Destiny Mage Blood instead. Like
Yeah.
that would be pretty insane.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting. So I guess, are you waiting for a Taste of Hate until you're MFing yellow maps then?
I got a little annoyed because I wasn't dropping scarabs, so I decided just to spam essences and stuff. Cause my gear's pretty. Have you seen my ring? I'm using like
Yeah.
a ring that's like, I don't know. I got it in like Act like 8 or something.
Oh wow.
Like, and my gloves like on like Act 7 or something. So I'm using some pretty like low level gear still, because I was just MFing right away. I thought I would get the Taste of Hate a lot faster.
Yeah.
But like I said, I didn't get any scarab explosions, and I feel like you get kind of scuffed if you don't have scarabs.
Were you, I don't know if it was something you were considering, but something me and Sai have done in the past is have, for example, Carcass is the only map we don't complete, and then using scouting reports to get it.
Oh yeah, like the Kirak thing.
It's actually pretty reliable on Taste of Hate.
I think they like self nerfed that or at some point last league.
No?
Because I tried it for a while. I did like 200 scouting reports and I didn't get it. I'm not sure if I got like unlucky.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
I actually did try that at some point.
in my experience, it's a little bit overrated. It is. You still have to drop a card, so you're pretty limited. Yeah, because you have limited attempts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what are the main next steps for you now then?
Once I get Taste of Hate, I can probably MF yellow maps honestly for like the Forbidden Tomes and Mage Blood / Defiance Destiny stuff. I'll probably just. Well, I'm gearing up this character as much as possible, so I'm looking for like Essence, Delirium Ring, like +2 Amulet, like dot multi-core. I'm basically trying to get as much damage as possible because I think yellow maps are gonna be pretty hard to farm otherwise. I'll just like farm for like a couple days probably and see what gear I have, and then maybe decide on a character to kill bosses on.
Cool. So do you think you're gonna stay a ranger still on the boss killing character?
Ideally, I would honestly. I know like a lot of people are planning on Pathfinder, planning on re-rolling Pathfinder, but I would like to play this character on bosses too, if I actually get like a setup going for it. I haven't decided like what I'm gonna do for that yet.
Awesome. Well, do you have any other questions, Steele?
No, not really. I mean, just looking forward to seeing some bossing. So hopefully you do get all the gear you need. I hope you get a taste. I hope you get a Mage Blood. I hope you get all the RNG in the VOD Garatha, so you can see some boss kills. Even if it's not an Uber, I'm still excited to see all the base content cleared. That would be super cool to see.
Yeah, I think it's definitely doable.
Cool.
Wait,
well,
you guys
thank
see
you.
what happened to me by the way on the league launch? I was practicing Fetid Full Bounty before the league, right? And Waggle was watching me to practice the Fetid Full Bounty, and then he copied my strategy and beat me to the bounty. I got
That's
5
so
rare monsters.
funny.
I got 5 rare monsters from the Fetid Full, and he had 0. I had to log out like 3 times from mana.
Oh, dude, that's
And
brutal.
when he killed it, my boss is 10% from dying. I was like 5 seconds away from killing it.
That's very funny.
And then he stopped playing. He quit the gauntlet after that. He saw my bounty and quit.
Logged on to yoink.
Damn.
Pretty much.
Awesome.
Can't trust anyone these days.
Can't trust anyone. Well, thank you so much for taking some time out of your race to talk to us. We're not going to slow you down much more. So, yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right, good luck. I hope you get everything.
See ya.
Imagine if he dies now. It's an expedition. They're scary.
Alright. That's brutal, mate. I mean, I guess that's the thing with those bounties. Some of them are very low level, so you have those like little micro races, right? So, and we do see a few of the competitors going for some of those early bounties. So that's funny. It's very funny.
Yeah, no, it's a blast to watch.
Ask Khan, no way. Oh,
No
dude,
way.
I'm pretty sure if we got Khan on, he'd go on a rant or two. Khan's very opinionated.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing if his opinions align with my own. Yeah. There's a reason I'm a streamer. You see, I ban anyone who disagrees with me. You know, it's called what's that term?
Echo chamber.
Yeah, this is a good thing.
No, it's
People
not.
use that term. Mean it's a good thing, right?
It's not a good thing.
Echo chambers
Are bad.
a safe place, right?
Bad.
My safe
Bad.
space, you know, right?
Bad. You need to be re-educated. Well, so you don't ban anyone.
Don't ruin my joke.
But when you do, they're gone forever.
That's true.
Still never unbans.
Alrighty. Man, I might
Oh,
actually
those
have
are
a quick
nice
stretch
gloves from
break
Ben.
if you wanna. Maybe you could. I don't know if you need to do any thingamajiggies.
Thingamajiggies? Oh, commercials. Yeah, I like it when you're here for that because you do them really well, and I'm scared of fucking up your
Please.
system.
Yeah, chat. Should I get Ziz to control the stream for like 2 minutes? Should I see if he can figure it out?
Yeah, I mean, you can go take a break.
No. Run a commercial. I want to see if he can figure it out. I'm
Okay.
gonna go AFK. 1 second. Bye.
What? Don't.
Bye. He's gonna have to figure it out. Bye. Don't end the stream accidentally. Bye.
If you're enjoying watching the Gauntlet, you can go to shop.zizaran.com and pick yourself up some amazing t-shirts. They come in both small or large. So we have something for whatever you need. Oh god. What screen was I on? Is it this one? Alright. I did it. Huh. Here's a weird, different system than mine. You guys having fun? The casting is the best part of this Gauntlet. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Fucking A. That's awesome. Yeah, it's a fun Gauntlet. We do have the new... I don't know if I can do this. Okay. Wait. Is it this one? We do have this. The new one as well. For those that haven't seen that, it's just something Helena added because we did have a lot of requests for hoodies that are 4, 5, and 6XL. So for anyone that's in their bulking season, they go all the way up to 6XL. So hopefully they turn out well. They go all the way down to 2 extra small, which I don't know how small is. It only exists in white. They look amazing. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to turn out like. No 7XL? No. I'm so sorry. Alright. I think... Alright. Let's see. Take a look at some different people here. As well, so we can see that we have Karn being back awake and doing some long sessions, although it is worth noting that people are sleeping a lot in the Gauntlet. It is very important to be fully awake. What is Steel looking at? It is easy. Isn't this your stream? Yes, but it's Steel's PC and Steel's OBS. Like, I'm in Steel's house. Well, our house. Steel lives here. Check him PC. I did. There's some sort of like thing at the back. with Chris Wilson's face on it.
Clara! God damn it, Clara. Do you know the meme?
Oh, I know the meme.
God, she was on my PC the other day. I told her not to. Clara.
Wait, does he have Inspired Learning? How does he have Soul Leader?
He's got a Headhunter.
He has 37 stacks. That's not Inspired.
That's a Headhunter. He's magic finding.
Oh, he's not playing in the Gauntlet! Oh
He's
my
insane,
god.
dude.
Oh my god.
So I knew if I let Ziz control the stream for 2 minutes, something would go wrong.
I was like, what the heck? I was like, this build looks insane! That's funny.
That's funny.
Let me delete it from the list? Yeah, thanks. Cool. Check on Ventura as well. Oh, he's fighting Valenta. Valenta's very scary. We've seen a lot of death. Yeah, let's get some D4 streams up. They have a Gauntlet starting soon too.
Put Woody Joe on the stream.
Woody Joe.
Yo, I totally saw his title saying Gauntlet and I was like... And then I remembered. You know, they have their leaderboard starting in Diablo.
It's a good name choice.
Yeah.
Dude, look at those mobs. Oh my god.
Yeah. You know, I think out of all the mods in the Gauntlet, and I think chat will agree, Multiproj is the most iconic.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Shaper for the very first time in the Gauntlet and just seeing all those balls. I wonder... real talk. I mean, I would love to have a confirmation of this if we ever get a chance to talk to GGG about it. But the moment I saw Multiproj enabled for Shaper and just how hectic that was and how like crazy it was, I wonder if that low-key inspired GGG when they were making their version of Uber Shaper.
Yeah, maybe. Definitely would be something curious to ask about. It was very cool. It was very cool. Return Pro Shaper when. So that is one of the things I did ask GGG if they could add, and they said yes, and they tried it, and it broke the game, and a lot of mods stopped working, like a lot of abilities stopped working, and some were just pure one-shots that were kind of, it just didn't work very well, but they did try it. So they came up with the idea that Possessed by Zeri would be the one that makes the most sense. But they did try.
Yeah, I think you were telling me that the balls were coded to do damage on the way out, not the way in.
No, it's on impact.
Or on impact.
Yeah.
So basically when they come back, they just don't do damage. They don't do anything.
Yeah.
They're cosmetic balls.
Just cosmetic. Delete returning road from the game. Nimbus, no! Imagine XR. Oh, that'd be so nice. Yeah, I really wish that more bosses and things had like boss specific mods you could roll. Why would you even think of that, Ziz? That's just evil.
Well, there's a reason it's called the Misery Gauntlet, so... That I'm pretty sure that name was picked very intentionally.
It was.
So
This is supposed to be the hardest gauntlet ever. You're supposed to be miserable. It's fun. Aren't you having fun? You're gonna learn, people. This is evil. There's a lot.
yeah, I was gonna say I think the cast is having a bit more fun than some of the competitors with how difficult it is. I know Exile and Alkaiser are a little bit despair after they died, but they win again. So
Do you think you're gonna try it today?
I have no idea. See, I've tried actually playing PoE on this monitor, and it's actually pretty taxing on the old graphics card.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, when I was playing, I did 2 maps with the MF, and it just freezes for, like, a long time whenever I pop an Abyss.
You know, worst case scenario, you could still have PoE on that monitor, and you could have really big chat.
Oh, no, dude.
Then when everyone waves at you, it'd be great. And you know, if you are having computer problems, we are sponsored by Starforge, and there is going to be a Starforge giveaway for a whole computer during this. So we can actually play a Starforge ad and absolutely smashing computer systems if that's what you're looking for. This is a really hard gauntlet, and that means you need a really hard computer. And nothing is harder than the Starforge logo. Whether you want a cheaper, efficient PC on a budget or a top-of-the-line PC and go all out, Starforge has got you covered. So check out Starforge on the link down below and get your PC today. Nice.
Alright. I might just peep in Ben, see if he's back. Should be back, right?
Which one's the budget option? I can't remember the names. I have the super high end one, but if you look on the website, you can see which different lines have what hardware and stuff. There's a lot of review videos out.
So what build is Khan playing? So we can do a quick review of the current rank 1s and what builds they're playing. We can do a quick recap. Here we go. So, quick recap of our current leaders. We have, well, I guess we'll just say Ben, because he's Edge and they're tied.
Yeah.
So we have Ben,
We'll focus on alive.
tied or rank 1 alive, Witch. He is playing Volatile Dead of Seething. So this is abusing a very similar setup to Detonate Dead, abusing that corpse life. It is hit based though. And we have heard he's actually planning to swap now, so we do have a soft confirmation of build plan. He is planning to still abuse corpses, still play Necro, but he's going to go Cremation of Exhuming and go Poison Corpse DD without playing DD. Even if you ban DD, they still play DD at home, so you can't get them away from it apparently. And yeah, he is by far the most geared person in the Gauntlet. He is crazy good gear, including that Defiance of Destiny.
Yeah.
So.
And you see a lot of the gear is pretty great. The latest pickup is this Skull Cord leather belt with an insane amount of life. So he has over 6,000 life right now. He does need a few more pieces upgraded, but very, very nice gear. And yeah, it's cool that he's going to be respecking. So very large build diversity on the top of the ladder. Oops, that's fine. And these are some campaign gloves from Karn.
Yeah, so Khan's build is, unsurprising. I'm surprised we have to answer this. But yeah, Khan is playing Bone Shatter Slayer. He likes to always remind me that he's not playing the same build. He's playing the same build reiterated upon to the point where it's new. So he is planning on going Tainted Pact, I believe. Which I can't even really begin to explain because it's very complicated, but the idea is you self-poison to proc chaos damage heals you instead of damages you, and then you poison yourself using your minor amounts of physical damage to give you a consistent amount of recovery without instantly killing yourself accidentally in case something goes wrong, but you kind of still do kill yourself accidentally if something goes wrong. And then because he has so much recovery, he doesn't die unless he gets one hit, kind of like Defiance of Destiny.
Yeah, so it's a lot like Defense of Destiny. Basically, if he doesn't get one shot, he ends up getting 5 or 10,000 regen. It's pretty insane. You basically see his HP just instantly go up.
Yeah, and we have seen him tanking those Cyrus Storms. So one of the only builds in the entirety of Hardcore that actually eats those Cyrus Storms.
Yeah. So quite okay gear there. Definitely still need some upgrades. We'll see a Jung Rogaine. Playing a very, very interesting build, still rocking that Bitter Dream, so he does have a 9 link. Because it does have Bone Chill, Hypothermia, Ice Bite, Cold Pen, Added Cold, and Inspiration, all of which are good gems. And then he gets Energy Leech, Spell Echo, and is using Ice Nova off Frost Bolts. And a great thing that allows for you to not have any sockets in your chest. And then he's using, he is a Trickster, but he also has Oath of the Magi. Defenses from equipped body armor are doubled if it has no socket of gems. And then he has plus energy shield per 6 evasion rating, and that works. So this is basically a 800 ES status garb, but it also has 3000 evasion, so...
It's actually more than that, because it's 6 per evasion,
Yeah.
so he has 3,400 evasion, giving him, what is that, like about 500
That's
roughly.
what I was just saying.
So and it doubles the energy shields, so it's actually 1,300 energy shield.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
He is using Goldworm, so he does have some MF gear on as well. And Fractured Suppression. Very nice helmet. With the math is hard. Yeah, 14%. It does have 6 fists taken as Chaos. Just get later, because he will be CI, I think. Is it count sharing allowed? No.
Technically, it was in the first Gauntlet. So back in the day, the China
It's not an actual
Gauntlet,
gauntlet.
there was account sharing, which is funny. But, you know, it was a different era.
Not my gauntlet.
Yeah, not Ziz's Gauntlet, but the original inspiration for the Gauntlet. So that was funny.
Yeah.
Wasn't technically allowed either. It just kind of happened.
Yeah. Let's see, who else? Let's look at the number 1 Ranger. No bugs here. Also playing TR. +3, no attack speed. So pretty dead suffixes. Definitely wants a bow upgrade. Maybe doesn't have enough dreads to recraft it. A very nice ring. Shame about the 17 int. Some recoup there. We haven't seen a lot of recoup. Serviceable chest. Very little suppression. I guess he's getting most of his suppression from skill tree.
Yeah, all those rangers get access to Inveterate and that Entrench Wheel, so they usually end up suppression off the tree capped.
I wonder if you found that.
It's hard to say, because it doesn't have open craft on it, so he might have just dropped it with the
Aspect of
Anoint
the Eagle,
there.
yeah. Oof. That seems very easy to replace.
Yeah, he'll be looking to replace that.
This is the rank 1 Ranger. Very nice boots.
Recoup is such a shit mechanic. Recoup's actually very strong. It's just underrated, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. Wow. Doesn't really use poison. Right? He's Toxic Rain. 2021.
Yeah, and he's still running that Mana Flask. We did see Garatha, another ranger, was replacing that Mana Flask with a Divination Distillate. Essentially serves the same purpose, but he gets the Magic Find on top.
Yeah.
And a bit of regen.
Havoc still rocking it's an okay axe. How much was that? 590 now. I think he had a 500 before. So has got an upgrade there. Pretty mediocre helmet. Usable chest. Not great. Man, a lot of Havoc's gear is not that good.
Yeah, he's a really high level, so it makes me wonder if he's gearing the same way Ben is, by holding onto those resources and then doing a big crafting session when he has all those divines and metacrafts. That's the thing, these guys do need those metacrafts too. So
Someone did say that they thought Havoc was maybe going for the die at level 98 bounty, which is $750.
You know, I think his first character did say something about bounties in the name, like Havoc going for bounties. So you might be right there. He might literally be just rushing for XP to die at 98. I mean, that is like a serviceable, that is a very large bounty, so.
DM's Gauntlet of it is pretty funny. Features a lot of you guys casting. I mean, we could watch that.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, we could definitely.
Have some
Wait,
downtime.
is that going to be like Castception?
Alright, let's watch it. Let's see it. Do you have a link to it, Scriba?
You have to be first place at 98.
Yeah. I don't know
Well,
if I
luckily
see
he can
just
get
levels.
a few easy points, right?
Yeah.
So, here we go. Okay. All right, a little bit of React Andy. So, reacting to us casting DM playing the Gauntlet. Yeah. Wait, so where should we sit?
It's been a really cool journey.
Are we just gonna like
Yeah,
sit?
but be top right.
What was that?
Just stay top right, should be fine.
Okay, so we're gonna
Oh,
be... Yeah, you see what I mean?
I see. I see.
Under?
Do we have a way of doing that?
It's really annoying to move, I'm afraid.
What if we clone the scene?
Ah.
Right click it and click duplicate.
Okay, give us a second. Production! Oh my gosh. Okay, and then... Where do you want me to move?
I guess just below it.
I see why it's so difficult though.
Yeah. Huh, that works.
Okay. Oh, this is... No, wait. Somehow this looks even weirder. Switch places?
Fake display? We do actually have a real display, it's behind it.
Yeah. I would get up to show, but... switch places on the React? What, wait, you mean like... Oh, hold up.
I'm sure it's
Go
fine.
check this out. You ready? Okay, there you go. Alright.
That's funny.
Alright. Just making sure it's not muted.
That's great. Too quiet?
Alright, there you go. Now it's loud enough. Ah!
It's probably too loud. It's perfect? Okay. Cool. Yeah, he's doing great. I'm so happy he's in maps. No. Pretty much no Bo.
Boom.
Such a big upgrade.
He's trying.
No, we're good casters. That's great.
This is so fun to watch.
Sorry. We're in Australia now. Oh, I thought somebody would have told him. That's funny. That's hectic. Good editor. That's us. That's you.
Dude, I called that so well.
That even Rax did get through this and died in Act 7.
What?
Rax did get through this and died in Act 7.
Yeah, but I said DM can get to
I know,
it,
I know.
yeah.
You did call it.
Rax I had no faith in.
What the fuck?
I'm joking.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yo, 4-way clap.
Awesome. Yeah, for those that don't know, this is his first season playing Path of Exile, and he's doing great in the Gauntlet. Did just finish the campaign last night.
Alright. Very nice from DM there. Honestly, I think his run through the Gauntlet has been one of the more entertaining ones. And I think it's inspired a few people as well to give it a try themselves and try to get through that campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did so well.
Alright.
Alrighty. How can I support the race? Well, there's a few ways, right?
There's a few ways. So obviously we do have sponsors as well with like links and codes with discounts and stuff, like Display at Starforge, etc. And you can buy T-shirts to support the race that we're wearing, or hoodies. And you can donate directly to the prize pool. And if you do that, then your donation gets doubled by Shopify. So if you donate $50 to the prize pool, $100 goes to the prize pool.
I died to Azaro in Cruel Lab to lag.
Oof.
Yeah, you know, I will say, unfortunately, the multi-proj does cause a bit of lag. It is what it is. It's the price you pay for having such an impressive, like a visually impressive modifier. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It does happen.
This is day 4 out of 10 of the Gauntlet. It is a 10-day event. We have considered making them shorter as well. It is particularly 10 days for if we ever do a harder Gauntlet, or just so people have a few extra days to level and gear up. In a lot of the previous Gauntlets, the main part of the race will finish on day 3 to 6. And then the last 4 days is more for people like wrapping up and things, and other classes. Right now, though, it's going to be giga hard.
I think there's like a pay pool. How does it work again?
PayPal pool.
Yeah. And then that gets doubled. And then there's also additional bounties on top of that. And then there's also the cosmetics from GGG. So if you add it all up together, it's something like
30,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, the total prize pool between the bounties and everything is like 30,000.
Yeah. The idea is to have like an impressive main pool for the races to actually compete for, while also having a bit extra for any participating players to have a chance to win. Obviously, everyone can't win something because this isn't a billionaire. He's not Elon. But you do get those raffle tickets to get a chance at winning things like mystery boxes, cosmetic packs, and physical prize goods like the keyboard and what's the grand prize this time?
It's a graphics card.
Yeah.
Can't remember exactly which one. I think it's a 40. It's one of the new ones that are coming out soon. Or just came out. 4080 Super. Yeah.
I wonder which class will complete the least bosses. I think that's a safe bet. It's a Scion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if Elon swapped from D4 to PoE to Rue based.
He did say he's done with Diablo.
Really?
Yeah, he actually tweeted. He said this season was not it.
That's so funny.
He's like, nah, I'm good, eh?
Oh my god, if I had seen that, I would have tweeted, can I interest you in some Path of Exile?
Quinn already did that.
Ah.
So... yeah, he said he's moving on to other games.
We do have display. Related prices. Oh right, there's a trophy for rank 1 as well. Like we have a previous trophy. They do change a bit each time.
See, it's already dusty again. It just gets very dusty in here.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this is one of the Gauntlet trophies that the rank 1s will get. This is not mine. This was just here on the floor. So I can full screen it actually. Look at it. Look at it. It's pretty cool, right? Ignore the name on there. That gets replaced.
You did good, Steele. You did good.
No, that gets replaced. That just ignore the name.
Well, it's not that type of trophy this time. It'll be a different one.
Yeah. There's a different trophy for every.
We did 4 of those. Steele won a Gauntlet? Yeah. I'm as surprised as you are.
I mean, I was so surprised, but I was the most surprised.
Is this the best timeline?
Yeah. That was a good clip. That was a good moment.
How does the character trick work for doing red maps as white? So to get completion bonus for a red map, it needs to be rare and it needs to be corrupted. But it doesn't need to be a red map. So Carrot can sometimes offer you what is normally a red map, let's say Jungle Valley, as a white map. If that white map is red and corrupted, sorry, yellow and corrupted, you still get the bonus. So it's quite nice. So a lot of people are doing that to get their yellow and red map completion. Especially easy for yellows.
We do have Era. I wonder if Era is still participating.
Looks like it.
Nah, he's got a dying sun. There's no shot he's a dying sun.
Oh, you're right.
What about Lance? Oh, yeah. Oh, and he has a respect, actually. We'll get him on the screen here. So we did hear from chat that... Oh, I was like, is he going for a break again? Also, that's my joke. I'm the one who's...
I know, I stole your joke.
But yeah, we did see he was stacking armor, and it wasn't just because he wanted to not die, although that was the reason. It's because he was planning on swapping to an armor stacker build. So
insane.
he should actually, might even whip out a POB here. Don't bully me. I'm not stalling. Ignore the fact that this is called stalling scene. But if we go to Gauntlet here, yeah, you can see with those flasks, he actually manages to hit. He probably has over 200k armor. I think there's like some things missing here, but he has a bit over 200k armor.
Dude, if you updated your POB, that would be updated.
Yeah. I've not updated POB because I'm lazy.
One button.
Although his damage looks... That can't be real, right?
66,000 damage inspired by Quinn69.
That can't be
41,000 damage.
Wait, no. There's no way, right? He's doing lab now. Let's see what his damage is like. Man, should I full screen?
3 hours later.
There's no way, right?
Oh.
I mean, if that's Uber lab, that's acceptable. That's fine. Is that Uber lab or Merc lab? Well, I think I'm seeing why there's a turtle on the screen. I think the cogs are turning.
He's in Merc Lab.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he might not die. But
He'll be very tanky. He'll be very tanky. It's good. I mean, it's doing right. Alright. So we are going to be wrapping up the cast here shortly. Hopefully everybody enjoyed day 4 of the cast. And then either tomorrow or the day after, we might do a little bit longer, depending on what's happening. We'll play it by ear a little bit. But depending on if we start seeing some normal bosses, like Eater, Exarch, etc.
do you think we would go live if Ben was like... Let's say Ben was going in at 8 a.m. our time. Or let's say he was going in at 8 p.m. our time. Would you like be like, Steal, we have to go live. We have to... Would you do that?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Okay.
If we're awake when something big happens, we run over and start casting.
Alright.
If you're down.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But I might be like indisposed. You'll have to give me like at least 15 minutes.
Yeah. I'll give you 5 minutes.
Well, then you might see something extra.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine.
He's casting in my house where I live.
Yeah.
So.
But let's take a time at the end here and do a big thank you to our sponsors. The Gauntlet is obviously not possible without it. Hopefully everyone in chat appreciates the large beefy price pool we have as well. So let's fire off some commercials for our sponsors here at the end. We'll start with Starforge. Man, this really is a hard gauntlet. There are deaths left, right, and center, with a lot of the top racers going down. And you know what always has your back in a hard gauntlet? Starforge will make you both ferocious and strong and be able to run Path of Exile at the highest performance. Whatever your needs are, Starforge has both affordable and top-of-the-line PCs. There is a Starforge bounty. There it is, and it is a Starforge bounty for finding a Starforge and a Voidforge this gauntlet, which you could, I think you can get those through div cards too, so there is a chance that someone doesn't even drop one, but gets one in another way. And the gauntlet is also sponsored by Displayed, and this is one of the arts, and we can see the ad for that as well. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the gauntlet. Make sure you check out the Displayed bounties, especially the This Plate Displayed bounty. And as another way to support the Gauntlet and everything that we're doing, we have displays and loads of different custom gauntlets. So make sure you check them out. It's a great way to support. The link is down below in the description. Nom nom nom. Yeah, they're great artwork to hang on your wall and decorate your room, and one of the sponsors for the Gauntlet. And we do also have Max Roll joining us as one of the sponsors, and there is like a little article going up every day or so with a quick overview of what's been happening so far. And a huge thank you to Shopify Rebellion, who all of these events, literally all of them, would not be possible without. They have changed the entire racing scene for Path of Exile, so huge thank you. So yeah, that's us for today. Big thank you from me and Steel Mage, and we will see you guys tomorrow, and potentially longer if there's a lot happening. So thanks for tuning in. Let's see, who should we host? Let me throw everyone over to Karn.
Bye.
Yeah, let's raid Karn, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Try to die.
Less than I do.